I got some whiskey
Wait,
ready too.
but I don't think, did we add that to our things that people can buy with channel points?
Yes.
Yep.
Which we'll get into since we're live. So welcome to the next episode of Art of the Roll.
Art of the roll.
Art of the Roll.
Welcome, guys.
Art of the Rizzle.
Art of the rizzle.
Ooh.
We're gonna get
8.
Emperor Palpatine here to give us some announcements here.
Welcome
Father.
to Art of the Roll. First of all, we get all of our music from Tabletop RPG Music at Patreon. Check them out. Yeah. Then, we got a new channel point now. Now you can spend channel points and make Enigma or Fitz take a shot of whatever they're drinking. Good. Lastly, today, midway through the stream, one lucky person who says a certain code word revealed later into the chat will get a free mini 3D printed by me, painted by Tim Tinies, and shipped to them. Simply use Hero Forge to send me a link, and it will be done. Now do it.
Do it.
Do it, Jedi.
Very nice, very nice.
That wasn't embarrassing at all.
I
And that was the perfect music for it.
I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to see the hand lightning, but you know that's kind of why we bring Palpatine in. You know, it's just he shows up, he says menacing things, and then
I know, it's his MO, but he just wasn't quite ready for it today. Oh well,
Force
maybe
was
next
not
time.
strong with him.
That's right.
Yes.
So last time on Art of the Roll. Oh, wrong voice. Sorry. I am super not prepared today because at my job we had a release that actually went very well, but because of that,
Well, that's good.
I was last minute and all that kind of stuff. So
pretty good.
last time,
We understand.
Well,
Alright.
we went. You know, we'll wing it this time. And last week we were kind of winging it. We ended up having a really pretty awesome adventure. So let's just.
Yes.
You know.
So last time, the party had made their way to Castle Lantern's orphanage, where they found a secret passage leading through a long tunnel. At the end of the tunnel, they came to a chamber where they saw some different devils patrolling the area. Battle broke out, and after a crit and a divine smite from Greyhide, the devil basically exploded into two pieces, sending a thunderous boom throughout the complex, alerting everyone of the noise. But very well taken care of that devil. So the party quickly exited out the way they came, possibly being spotted by the person who runs the orphanage. From there, you all did some shopping, mainly with the Zentarum Schemo Weird Bottle with his potion shop. After that, Greyhide spotted a gambling den, and got the shakes, felt the need, and went off on his own to that gambling den, leaving everybody else. But unbeknownst to him, Enigma was following him behind and saw the whole thing happen. Greyhide went into the gambling den, put down 100 gold confidently, and lost it in pretty short order. Enigma spying the whole thing, but not letting Greyhide know. Both of them ended up heading back to meet Fitz and Fig, who in the meantime, went to the Castle Lantern's estate. They tried to get in. They got shut down pretty fast. They made a plan where they would made a date using Figma, which is Fig looking like Enigma. Figma convinced one of the guards to go on a date with her at Troll Skull about 3 hours later. So that's going to happen. And then you guys then met Enigma actually turned into a bat and scouted out the whole manor too. But then you guys met Mert afterward. He told you that even though what you found was dire, you really need to connect the Castle Lanterns to those devils so that you know that they're connected and working together. From that, you went to Trollskull Manor, I believe, and the guard came for his date. His name was Maximus. He came for his date, found Enigma at the bar. Now Enigma, not Figma, just to make it confusing. And at that moment, Fig, who was on the top level of the tavern in her little loft area where she can see the sky, heard a noise, and this creature showed up. It looked like a beholder, but looked and smelled like it was decaying and dead. It rammed against the bottom stairs to the loft, the bottom ladder to the loft, looking up at Fig and it around its cloudy cataract eye, and that's where we left off.
Cloudy
Correct music now.
cataract eye.
Yeah, how about that detail?
Yeah.
So,
Sounds
Ew.
right.
so I probably need to
there
explain
we
this
are.
a bit, though it might be a little bit self-explanatory.
I believe we have some stuff going on in chat though that required our attention.
Uh-oh.
Which eye was
Did
it?
I miss some stuff?
Oh wow, it's already taken off. We're just getting rolling.
We're getting this
Which
party
eye was
fired up.
it?
Yeah.
Dick's enormous.
Agreed.
Did I mention I was not prepared? But
Oh my
Yes.
goodness! Already we have Enigma and Fitz taking a shot. La-di-da. I'm
All
so
right, bottoms
glad
up.
I didn't sign up
Really?
for that part.
Nope. It's tea right here. If anybody cared to know,
take a shot of tea. Wait, no, that's not
Nope.
the deal.
nobody paid.
So,
You know,
for
as,
that.
that stressed me out so bad. I think I'm gonna need to take a shot.
Right. Enigma's at her date just pounding it back. Meanwhile, Fitz is at his table disguised as a dwarf, watching Enigma, and just can't handle it.
Fireball, right from the bottle. Nice.
Cool map.
Oh,
By the way,
nice
did we
little
cognac
add
glass.
pieces to the house?
Sorry?
I don't know why I don't see the channel points,
Ugh.
but that's fine.
I just
Did you guys
felt like
take
we-
it?
I took
Edward,
mine.
what's in that? Ugh. Ugh. That's strong
Yeah,
stuff.
so you can see over here, you got the bottom floor here where most people are. The next floor up, oh, there goes another one. Of course, Great High has to yell headlong into danger in his drunken stupor.
That won't be
You-
hard.
You have the next floor up here. This is the second floor. If you remember, the only way to get to the second floor is to go
I
out
can't
the front
hear
door.
Greyhide.
Headlong into danger.
Nice.
He's not quite feeling it yet. He's pretty, he's still depressed and really drunken, but
Yeah.
Right.
So the next, you know what I'm gonna use? I'm gonna use this. So if you remember, you have the front door over here, and you have to
Yes.
go around to go up to the second floor. The second floor comes around over here, around this back, and goes into a door right here. And then
Yes.
the next pair of stairs is right here, which goes up to here, and then those stairs go up to the last floor up here. So it's
Right.
a 4-story. This story, this story, this story, that story. If that makes sense. So I didn't
pretty
put
story, bro.
Cool story, bro. And then you got Fig over at the top, over here, in her little loft. And we have. He doesn't quite fit there, but pretend he does.
Terrifying.
The crazy beholder. I can put it up
Very-
here
it's
if you
very
want to
big.
see him.
Oh
But
dear.
he's
Guys.
a nasty guy.
Yes.
wow. I don't want to fight that guy.
I want to kick his ass.
I don't want to smell that guy, let me tell you that. Ugh.
Is this
the-
perhaps a roll for initiative sort of
It is a roll
situation?
for initiative situation.
Here
I mean,
we
go
it is-
for it.
But Alpha's the only one who's in. We're all downstairs, and Alpha's the only one who's in the vicinity.
Yeah,
I need
everybody
to
else can
know-
just ignore the battle. It's fine. Just let Alpha take
Okay,
care of it.
good. Do we know that? Do we hear something happening?
But I still need to roll to see
not
if
yet.
I go first or if the beholder goes first. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Let you roll first.
Let's do initiative. Everybody roll initiative, and then
We'll do it, okay, yeah.
we'll see if who can hear what.
12.
Right.
Oh, I got a one.
Let's see. What this
Nope.
is.
She's too busy with
Enigma.
her date.
Enigma is busy with her date.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
I thought it
Just
was a
trying to
one.
get-
It was actually a 7. It just looked like a 1.
Okay.
It's that shot. It'll do that to you. You got fire in your eyes.
Okay, Fitz has a 19
Alrighty.
because just as he was sitting down pretending to be a dwarf, suddenly realized, damn it, Fig needs to be down here because she needs to watch Enigma. She needs to watch the date so that later she can impersonate Maximus as a changeling and infiltrate the Castle Lanterns. By God, I need to go get her. She has to be watching this. Where did you go? Damn it.
Where did you
That's
go
what-
now?
Yes.
Whoa, Fitz is way up there.
That's what he's thinking. That's why his initiative is so high.
Great, that was 14. All right, now that everybody's rolled initiative,
Enigma, your sound appears to be off.
Yeah, I was singing by myself. I muted myself.
Oh, good call. Well, we were missing out on it.
You know, next time just sing, Enigma. Next time just sing.
No, they didn't spend those channel points. You
Right.
don't-
Yeah, they gotta
Make 'em
pay to
pay
hear
for
Enigma
it,
sing.
yeah.
That's for
Yeah,
sure.
you want to hear Enigma sing? Guess what? You got to pay for it.
yeah. Oh, that's
I forgot-
interesting.
Forgot
The
to
Beholder
adjust my hit
and
points.
Fig got the exact same initiative, so they go at the same
Oh,
time.
baby.
Um,
Here we go.
Everybody who's in the bottom tavern, roll a perception check. Greyhide has disadvantage on this because he's inebriated.
That's fair. Oh.
By the way, I totally forgot to adjust my hit points when we leveled up because I have it on manual. We said it was 1d8, right?
For you, it's 1d10 as a ranger.
I'm
Right.
just gonna do this. Ignore this roll, guys.
You are in the
So-
corner here, Fitz, as your dwarf that you said you were.
Yes.
You're in the corner
Yes.
there.
Right.
2. Okay.
So I'm
Nice.
at
That is
20
unfortunate for you.
That is unfortunate for me.
But go ahead, and the first person goes is Fitz. What did
So-
you roll for your perception? A 7.
A 7.
You have no
so-
idea. You didn't hear anything from upstairs. You can make the conclusion that you were trying to make before if you want, but I would say you wouldn't necessarily be rushed.
Right, yes. So Fitz looks up and goes, oh, God damn it. Alpha needs to be down here watching Maximus to be able to copy his movements so that she can impersonate him. God, why did she leave? So I sort of shuffle out of the tavern and towards the stairs, but not particularly rushed to try to get up there and tell her that she needs to come down and pay attention to Maximus so that she can impersonate him later. I don't know how
Alrighty.
far up.
So you
how
start
far
heading
up I
out.
get.
Greg?
I'm not running.
Yes.
I'm not. Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you.
And as I go, I look over and I see Enigma just like clearly seducing Maximus, wearing barely anything, and I just. I need another drink.
We're going to use this guy for Max.
Oh, good thinking.
Okay. I forgot to roll
Enigma,
for-
I think you look
Okay.
terrific tonight. Have a
Don't
wonderful
no.
time.
Greyhide, stop cock blocking. She needs
what-
Honey, are you
information.
jealous?
What pet do you
okay, you
have?
are.
Me, well,
What pet
maybe
do I
a
have?
little, but I've had
Jealous?
I should
some
be
to
set with the
drink.
Beast of Sky because we never
love
got
it,
our long
Tom.
rest or anything, right, from last time. So I should still be with my beast.
I'm sorry, what did you just say, Enigma? You love a drunk what?
I love a drunk, territorial man.
Sorry, do
which
I
Greg
have a
is
little
really
eagle?
impressed with me.
Little hawk.
So,
Yep.
Well, that's great.
Look at that.
Because you've got 2 of them, so carry
Whoa.
on.
Nice.
Ooh, that's a nice hawk.
He even has the primal blue strikes.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
nicely done.
Yeah.
That was Fitz. Then it is
Yes.
Greyhide. Greyhide, what did you roll with your disadvantage? You rolled an 11.
with
Surprisingly, not too bad.
Yeah.
You do hear something upstairs. You hear, you think it was a crash of some sort.
Guys, there's some kind of kerfuffle going on upstairs. Angelo,
No, you're good.
did you
You're good,
did you
baby
let a
Greg.
wildebeest loose or something?
it's
You can
fine.
roll
There's
it.
nothing happening.
You can roll a perception for Angelo if you want.
All right.
Yes.
Just roll a 20.
Roll his perception.
Perception for Angelo. Oh, just roll a 20.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't let no wildebeest upstairs, but maybe I check something. I'm not an Italian stereotype or anything.
Right. Angelo rolls a perception check for self-awareness.
Not bad. Angelo definitely hears a big crashing noise up there. That was not natural.
Yeah, there's something definitely up there in the troll skull. Maybe you should check it out, a Greyhide.
Okay, well, don't mind me. I'm just gonna saunter upstairs headlong into whatever that is, and if I don't see you, have a wonderful time tonight, my fellow adventurers. And I go saunter up the stairs. Not at a
Alrighty.
brisk pace, at a drunken paladin pace.
I'm gonna
Since
I'm
you're
humming,
got yourself into a stupor,
Dum-dee-dum-dum,
roll an
dum-dee-dum.
acrobatics. This is your ability to walk on the straight line.
And those stairs.
I'll
A
roll
lot
in
of them
athletics.
trolls call.
I just noticed something, and in my
Acrobatics.
latest upgrade, I have the ability Peerless Athlete. Gives me advantage on athletics and acrobatics checks.
Oh, yeah, go for it. So even
Oh, it's
though
just
you
one.
are,
So I rolled a 19.
oh yeah, you actually, from your school days, you got plenty of drinking done, and you're a pro at walking drunk.
I've got my equilibrium back! Ha ha! As I bound up the stairs. 2 steps at a time. Usually I could do 3, but I'm getting a little bit older, I think.
And as you pass me, I think, Greyhide, what are you doing? Why aren't you keeping an eye on Enigma? Are you drunk?
Oh, Enigma's
like-
a big girl. She can take care of herself, but I heard something upstairs. Maybe you should come and check it out with me. And Angelo heard it too. A bit of a kerfuffle, I might say.
Huh.
You're actually impressed because he stumbles past you and keeps his balance perfectly. Never,
Wow.
kind of impressive.
I am impressed. I didn't think you could walk anymore. Very nice.
Well, I find you impressive too, Fitz. Thank you. Huzzah! As I continue to bound up the stairs.
What is Alpha gonna do?
Okay, so as soon as this decomposing, beholder-looking creature came out, I had my arrows in my hands because I was putting the poison on my tips. So I go to stab it in the eye. Because I guess it's really close to me.
It
right? It's,
actually
like, under-
isn't. Yeah, you could do that. You'd have to kind of
Yeah.
lean down because it's pretty big actually. You could lean down in the little trap door where you come up into this place and stab it if you want.
Yeah, just like kind of jump and like kind of
It's
stab
equivalent
into
of
it.
like a dagger when you're using
Yeah.
it like this.
But it has the poisoned arrow tips, so hopefully I can get him in the
Alrighty.
eye and.
Go ahead and roll a. Just roll your short sword.
Short sword.
Yeah. It'd
Long.
be the same
my
bonus.
long short sword. Short sword.
Your long short sword.
My long short sword.
Option,
14.
option.
14. Oh, you think you got him, but he turns at the last moment and you hit his skin and it just kind of scrapes apart some away of his
Ugh.
skin and seems to do no damage. It just kind of sloshes off.
Okay. Bonus action. I send my bird to attack.
Okay, the bird.
And I try, like, can I
Swoops
roll
in.
out of the? I have a movement, so I can roll out of the way at the same time as I miss.
It would get an attack of opportunity on you if you do, but you can.
That's okay.
You are going to
so I
get out
use
of the
my-
way?
Yeah, I use my movement to roll out of the
Okay.
way, and I use my bonus action to send my bird to.
It got an 8 for its attack, so it doesn't hit.
Nice.
It's hard to hit. It's a giant.
And
You
then I
don't-
say,
you
I was
don't-
like, guys, but I know they're far down probably, but yeah,
The bird goes in and attacks. Go ahead and roll the attack.
roll the
Oh,
attack
she
on
did.
the bird.
Oh, she
No,
didn't?
I didn't roll on the bird.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on, I always forget where to find him. Inventory? No. Features and traits, I believe. So for him, it is. Sorry, guys. Beast of Sky. Takes 1 bonus action. How do you know what he rolls?
I believe it's I believe it's your proficiency plus your spell attack. So it was just your spell attack, I believe. So if you go to spells, you should have a spell attack at the top of it. It would be like it'll be
Plus
your
5 spell attack.
plus 5 right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
So
just
Add it to
roll
the
a
D-
spell attack.
So is
D20
that a
plus
D20
5.
D20 plus 5. Oh,
A little
nice.
crits and giggles.
Little, actually, really fitting because my bird crit.
Wow.
Oh,
Plus
wow.
5. Love
What's
my
its? What's the damage on the bird that the bird does? It should say it there. It should be like.
bird. Yeah, hold on. I just like my bird crit. I've been rolling so. Anyway, damage
That hawk is really
While
hates the builders.
you're looking this up, what you see is one of the eyes swoops around and focuses in, first on you and then on the bird as you move out of the way. You see its eyes start to flare up as this green beam shoots from it and hits the bird dead on.
No! Sorry,
No!
What?
Patty,
Go ahead
what's
and-
the bird's name?
Wait, so how do I know? Sorry, where can I see his damage? I can't see it. I don't see what damage he does.
Not the bird.
We can look it up in a
Spellcasting.
second, but I think it's going to be something like let's say a D8 plus your wisdom bonus.
No.
Basically your spell damage.
Spell damage.
Spell modifier.
So
So
my
D8 plus
spell
your
damage
spell modifier.
is 3.
Yeah.
And
will
sorry,
do-
and plus a D8. You said sorry.
2d8 since it crit.
2 D8s.
Yes.
This is
Why
gonna matter.
This is going to matter. Sorry.
Well, it won't matter that much because it's not gonna kill it. But
Okay. So 1.
either way, your bird dives down.
Oh, crap.
Your bird dives down and you can see it kind of rake it with its claws as it
5.
comes back up. There you go, 5 plus 3, so 8. As it comes back up, as I said before, that eye looks at it. This red beam starts to emit from one of its eyes that are staring at it, and it hits it dead on with this green beam. Sorry, not red, green beam. The bird, you see, starts to ash, just turns to ash and dust as it falls down onto the floor. You see that it emits a bigger and bigger splash effect, and you see the entire bottom of the loft also gets disintegrated into ash. You're up on the
What?
ledge right now of the loft, with your just balancing on the side of what's left of the floor that was there.
Is that an acrobatics check?
You can roll in acrobatics. It's actually pretty easy, but
Patty
if you
just get
succeed, you
turned
can
into
choose
ash?
where you end up.
Wait, has the bird just got
The
turned into
bird
ash?
and the floor are both turned into ash.
Oh my god,
Was
we're
that
gonna
Patty?
need to do
Is
some
Patty finished, or
renovations.
just was that a different
Wait.
bird?
That
The
was
bird that was Patty and
her
is
pet.
now a bird.
yeah, Patty Bird.
Not
Alpha, what's the
bird
bird's
anymore.
name? Alpha, what's the bird's name?
The him and I haven't discussed it yet.
We'll just call him Bird. No! Bird!
8 is actually enough. This was an easy roll to stay up on the ledge if you want to.
Yes, at this point. Can I take my bow out?
Yes.
Ready my next action? Yeah.
Then it is. That was him. So Enigma, you're in the bottom level with Maxwell right now.
Okay. Do I hear anything going on?
Oh yes, you rolled a perception, right?
Right.
What did you roll? What did you roll? What did you roll? Or I guess you did. Go ahead and roll perception.
Okay.
You did see. You do know Greyhide said something and stumbled out the door.
Right,
with an-
Greyhide's hammered. We don't know what that means.
And you heard Angelo actually say like, "Oh, that was definitely something," and you heard a bit of it too. Something crash upstairs.
Okay.
And
So
also the
I'm gonna excuse myself from the date, say I need to go to the washroom and go check things out.
Alrighty. So, are you going to go as fast as possible? Because rogues are
Yes.
crazy. Okay. So, you can move to here,
Okay.
about there. You can use your action to get about here, and you can use your bonus action to get up to the next level, up here.
Okay, cool.
Then it is Fig. Oh, sorry, not Fig. Fitz.
Okay, so-
Yale.
So by this point, Dalaleo, yes, thank you. At this point, I have heard Alpha scream, "Guys," and then a sound like a bird screaming and a floor disintegrating. So I'm
Yes,
just
you
gonna
now
get-
definitely heard some stuff.
Yes. So I'm just gonna get as fast as I can, first of all, and can see what's happening. Can I do it all in one turn? Can I get up to high enough
You
to
can get
see
up
the...
to where Enigma. You're at the stairs to go up to the third level. She's on the fourth right now.
Right, after watching Enigma like flash past me. Can I
Yeah.
see the beholder from there?
Ooh. Nah, the stairs kind of meander a bit, and it wouldn't be. It's not a straight look up.
So I get to the. In that case, I get as far as I can get, and I say, "Alpha, what's happening?"
Get up here!
Okay,
All right.
great, trying, working on it. Can't run.
Get
any
your-
further than this.
Be armed when you get here!
Ah, good. So as I hear her say that, I will my rapier and my dagger into my hands from the goddess as I huff and puff to the bottom of the stairs.
They evaporate in a pink puff. Purple puff. Sorry, no.
Beholder! Ish!
Behold her! I barely even know her. Wait, what?
Oh
I
shit!
don't think that. Oh, I get it. Fitz. I get it.
Right.
So late.
Thank
on
you.
that.
Thank you.
But then out
Rim
from the
shot
floor.
oddly fit with the background music. That was actually really cool. Did you hear that? He played a rim shot for the joke, and it actually fit with the music. It reached this sort
wow.
of
Mhm.
this sort of what is it like?
Climax?
Good, yes.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
That's actually really good because...
Crescendo is the word I was looking for. Crescendo.
A rim
The
shot,
music
and
reaching
here
a
it
crescendo,
says-
and then it was almost like metal. It was perfect. Anyway.
Fitz has to take a shot, so that works.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
Good catch.
Before I will my weapons into existence, I reach inside my bag and I pull out a small gilded metal cup that used to belong to Enigma, which she left in my room under suspicious circumstances. And I say, "Oh God, not a beholder."
Glug glug glug.
Oh God.
Oh
If
wow.
this goes any further, I'm gonna have to start rolling under a disadvantage.
Let's see. You say all that. Out from in front of the beholder, you see a spectral figure appear. You see the figure of Lif come up between you and the beholder. It looks at it. Its hair all in the air. Its mouth white coming from its eyes and its mouth as it hisses at the beholder. Beholder seems unaffected, but it
Damn
is standing between you and the beholder.
Yes, Lif. Yes.
Are you able to
Oh
do
my
something
God.
about this?
I mean, he's clearly
yeah.
upset that the beholder took down one of the floors. He's
He
trying
goes-
to run an inn.
He reaches out and sticks his arm into the beholder, and he comes out with nothing, apparently not to have any effect on the beholder.
Ah.
Nice try,
Lif.
buddy. Nice
Nice
try.
try.
Yeah.
Keep at
Thanks,
it.
thanks for nothing.
Undead versus undead, kind of lame.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see
then
what
it
happens when
is-
Enigma gets there.
Greyhide, you're gonna continue to run forward.
Yes, I'll pick up the pace because like things have gotten a little bit louder. I'll say. So will I get into range? Will I be able to see Will I be able to behold the beholder yet?
No, unfortunately, it's up the stairs and in another room right now.
Okay. Well, I'll just keep moving. I'll go to my maximum clip, as drunk as I am. So do I have to roll for
Alrighty.
athletics again, or?
No, we can keep using the one you had before.
All right.
No, why don't you roll again? That's fun.
It is fun, yes.
I mean, you have broken into a run, and I've
Well,
tried that.
Since
in
I have
ages.
advantage and disadvantage, I'll just keep the 11.
Yep.
Yes.
You are basically on the 3rd floor. You're at the top of the steps of the 2nd floor
Guys,
here.
hurry up!
Speaking of Fig, what is Fig gonna do?
Can I go for my bow? Or is he too close?
Does not.
With the specter between you two, you can shoot without disadvantage.
Okay. Nice. For sure going to cast Hunter's Mark on this bad boy. And yeah, and then give him a go. Spells. There we go.
Aim for the eye, Alpha.
Why? Always aim for the eye. Oh boy.
Like it.
Hi. A little bit on the edge here, guys, so nervous.
It goes off. You're frazzled by all this
Yeah.
happening right in front of you.
Used to be on my own 2 feet here.
I mean, it did just evaporate your bird. You're probably quite upset.
Yeah.
It actually.
Yeah.
Were you gonna do anything else?
How far is he from me?
He's like 10 feet away from you at most. Really like 5 feet, but you don't have disadvantage just because lift is in the way.
Could this be since I have a movement, can this be a jump towards him with my short sword?
You could, but you wouldn't be able to
acrobatic?
attack this round because you already.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I cast. Yeah.
Crits and Giggles has
Sure.
something going here.
Oh, give a player a reroll. Fig, a reroll on her attack.
Ooh,
Why don't you go ahead and take that?
I will
Suddenly
definitely
your
take
rage
that.
at your
I can definitely
dead
be
bird
using that.
fills
Crits.
you.
And we got.
And I'm sorry I wasted it.
Yeah, you feel the desperation. You quickly put out another one and shoot, but
Guys!
goes off in the distance.
Again with the guys. We're coming.
We're coming.
And I prefer if you wouldn't use hyper-gendered language like guys. You could say folks.
Wow. Greyhide,
You
I
don't
didn't
control
realize.
me.
I'm very progressive in Waterdeep.
Did not realize that about you, Greyhide. Wouldn't have get.
You
It
shoot
was not down.
before you get your attack off, and he's attacking you at the same time. A different eye comes up. This one seems to be bluish in tint, wider and brighter. As you can see it start emit from the eye, and it heads right towards you. Roll a
Oh boy.
Constitution
Can
save.
Uh-oh.
I dodge? I can't dodge this.
It seems to be
Okay.
ignoring Lif.
Yep.
Uh,
Oh boy. Oh boy. Anybody got any of
It
those
hits you.
saving? No. Nobody got those saving rolls.
You're up, balancing on the remaining part of the floor up there, ready to knock another arrow or jump away or whatever you're preparing to do when the beam hits you right in the center. You've never had this feeling before, probably, but suddenly you can't move at all. Even your eyes can't do anything except look forward. You can't even move your pupils as you fall forward off the ledge. Taking 2 damage when you hit the ground. You're still conscious, aware, know everything that's going on, but you can't seem to move anything.
oh no.
This is getting serious. Or so I imagine. I still haven't beheld the beholder yet. But,
We
Enigma.
hear a gentle thump as
Yes.
Alpha hits the ground.
After the giant crash, you hear a thunk.
Ugh.
I don't have one for that. Oh well. Close to have.
Guys, is there something wrong upstairs? Alpha, are you okay? Maybe I
Cast
should
Bill
do
Cosby.
something. Maybe I gotta get my spatula or my knife and I gotta fight whatever's up there. I'm coming through. That's it. I'm gonna get my knife.
so that means Angelo has decided to get his biggest butcher knife, and he's going to, at his, his normal leisurely pace, he's going to make his way up. Because he's not going to let his friends... or
Angelo?
Alpha- Yeah.
Angelo.
Okay. You walk past Angelo walks past Maximus, and Maximus just looks totally confused, like, what the hell's going on?
That's understandable. I mean, you came for a nice date, and
Well, I mean, I don't know. It'd be nice if this Maximus guy would.
He's
you
gonna
know-
follow Angelo because he has no idea what's going on.
Okay, good stuff.
Good man. Good man.
You might be a
then-
keeper, Enigma.
Oh.
You know, this guy seems
Yes.
like a real alpha Chad. He could help
Too
us.
bad we're gonna knock him out and impersonate him, you know? Oh well.
So what is Enigma gonna do?
I don't
So,
know about your
can I-
impersonation plan now.
Is it? Right.
I didn't know about that plan. I thought he was just a nice guy coming out on a date.
You really thought that?
I'm
Great,
gonna
I
rinse his wallet either way. Can I see the dude that I'm trying to, that creepy dude? The dude I'm trying to attack right now. Can I see
The
that?
beholder?
Like, can I see what's
No,
going on?
not yet. Let me see how far you can get.
The beholder is like a gigantic eye with tentacles with other eyes on top of them. He's like a big globulous, disgusting thing.
He's
But I don't think we can see him yet.
If you use your bonus action in your movement, you can get up there just barely enough to see it around the corner. You can take a shot if you want, but it'll have some cover from the door frame since you just got barely in range.
Okay.
Do it.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna try to get as close as I possibly can because I have no idea what's going on. I just hear some ruckus interrupting my date.
You walk into the room. This room is about 10 feet wide, even though it's not the scale, but about 10 feet wide. You see at the end of it a beholder taking up it looks like an undead beholder taking up the entire end of the room. Looking up, you see Fig's body, Alpha's body on the ground. You see the eyes are open, but not moving at all. You see Lif, the specter that haunts this tavern that you all know and are used to seeing around, trying to do something but unable to do any damage to the beholder. And you see the top part where the loft was. The whole ceiling has been disintegrated with dust everywhere from it.
Jeez Louise.
But that would be your turn using all your stuff to get there.
Well,
Greyhide.
I'll keep on heading towards danger, which is clearly danger right now.
You can't quite get invisible range, but you can get in the room if you use your action.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Ah!
Getting crowded in there. Once everybody gets up there, I might spread it out. Then we are to Alpha. Roll a. Where is it? Sorry, for Constitution save again. You're trying to get your limbs to work, but they won't. You're just stuck on the ground there.
Oh no. Alpha.
It goes down. You can smell its nasty breath as its whole mouth opens up and starts to go over your body to take a giant chomp.
God. Wait, did we miss me? Did we miss me?
Yes.
Giant chomp.
Good
Okay,
call.
so as the giant maw of the beholder is coming down upon Alpha, I get just close enough to see it. Can I get close enough to see it and still have a turn?
I think we just got a sub. Somebody subbed. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Warlock. Woohoo!
Thank you.
Ow, ow, ow.
You can
Beholder.
you can
sub.
see it, but just barely. If you're going to do any type of attack, it's going to have some extra AC for its cover. But if all you need to do is see it, then you're fine.
Okay. Well, once I see it, can I get? Yeah, once I see it, I see its mouth coming down on Alpha, and with a scream of desperation, I summon the will of the goddess and I fire my Hades blast at it with an eldritch blast to try to pull it away from Alpha. And I say, Alpha!
Let me go ahead and expand this room a bit so that we can see what's really going on. So just give me 1 second. If anybody has any questions or want to mess with anybody right now, not a bad time. And we did get
Well-
a tier 1 sub. Thank you, Murloc, for that tier 1
I
sub.
think sooner than later,
Gifted a sub.
Greyhide, who is a little bit
you.
inebriated, he might have to use his lay on hands on himself to get rid of the poisons so that he doesn't fight at disadvantage, because I think it's dawning on him that this is a serious situation and that he's going to need to be sharp. So he might have to use his first turn to heal himself. Then possibly.
fairly
Does
understandable.
anyone else need any healing at the same time? How's everyone's hit point situation?
Oh,
Alpha is knocked out. So
Yeah,
Alpha,
we're
what's
all-
Alpha's situation?
We're all perfectly sober, Greyhide. Thank you.
Actually,
because some of
just
us,
to clarify, my hit points are fine. I'm just paralyzed.
right, unless
Okay,
that thing
but
comes
I'll just
down
see
on
if
you
this
with
can
its
actually
teeth.
help her. Maybe I can help someone who's paralyzed. Let's see, because I can lay on hands can help people neutralize poison, cure a disease. Is paralysis a disease?
No, I think it's a magical effect. I think you don't have something that makes magic vanish, do you?
No. Oh, I do have this elixir of magic vanishing.
Really? But that's quite handy.
I'm gonna save it.
Right, great.
I'm gonna save it for a time where we really need it.
Apparently, we need a restoration spell. Greyhide, do you have a lesser restoration? Do you have any kind of restoration? Little R&R,
Let me
little
see.
rest and restoration.
A little rest and restoration is what I need.
Meanwhile,
Wait,
as
is someone
Enigma,
singing?
as
no,
Enigma
I'm just
rushes
doing that because
past
I
us,
feel like it. I'm
Is
a little
Enigma ru-
drunk. Okay, let's see. I do not have a restoration thingy. No.
damn. Enigma, as you rush past me, I say, "Why are you abandoning the date? Where's Maximus? We had a plan, damn it!"
Yeah.
And I say, suck it, dude.
Wow.
All right,
Look,
can you
I'm
guys see
trying to
that?
be a team player.
Yes. Oh, very nice.
Ooh.
Alrighty. So, you have the
So-
wall in between, the stairs up, and you have the dwarf known as Fitz over at the door there, and everybody else is in the room.
So Fitz leans through the door, pulls up his rapier, fires the energy of the goddess to yank the beholder away from Alpha, screaming, "Alpha, no!" And I actually rolled a 24.
Wow,
don't know if
that
you
will
see that.
definitely hit.
So he really wants to help her out here. And he uses Hager's Blast to drag the beholder off of Alpha and over towards his sword.
So interesting enough, this is there's two people in your way of your Hager's Blast in doing this. You can still do it, but they will have to make acrobatics or athletics to stay where they are, or they'll
Otherwise,
have to get pushed, possibly
All right.
toppled.
fair enough.
All right.
Is
So
what
you
it
do
is.
that. You reach out and you pull it back. Enigma, roll a acrobatics.
Okay.
Greyhide, roll a. You have a choice. You can either do athletics if you don't want to move and stop it from going any further back, or you can roll acrobatics to try to get out of the way and let it get by.
They can't do
I'll
an
do
attack of
athletics because I've
opportunity.
got a better bonus. Athletics.
They can't do an attack of opportunity, can they? Oh my god!
Not
you guys...
not if something is forced to move. That definitely happens. So you pull it back. You pull it 5 feet, but Greyhide has its shield out and just it bumps up against him and is now engaged with Greyhide there. But it is
Wow.
10
Shit.
feet away from. Oh, it's 5 feet. It's not in melee range with Alpha anymore.
Splendid.
And you do 3 damage.
And I do 3. It doesn't hurt much, but man, do I pull it. Man, do I pull it. Also, with my bonus action, I then yell, "Dance with me, you disgusting many-eyed freak!" And I cast the
Hexblade
Hexblade's
Curse.
curse.
I have my.
As one does. Oh, here's a question. If I've got the Hexblade's curse on, and that's I rolled a natural 18 plus a 6, that doesn't make it a crit, does it?
No, 19 and 20 on a Hexblade Curse guy.
Damn, so close.
But it does do
Carry
2
on.
extra damage.
Ha! Take
DM,
that.
look at chat.
Did I miss something?
A few things.
They haven't seen it yet. Does it stack? What is?
Illustration.
Oh, singing and Enigma shot.
Oh, wow. So go ahead, Enigma.
Take my shot?
Yeah.
Actually,
your
there's
shot.
So
two
stressed out and
singings.
annoyed. I'm missing my date. God damn it. Like, you guys are honestly always stressing me out.
And now we have to sing for 2 minutes. Hopefully not 2 hours.
That would be a long time.
Too bad I'm paralyzed.
Oh, that sounds disgusting.
That must be awful.
Behold the beholder, the disgusting beholder with its many eyes and tentacles. So,
The beholder will go. He'll see who shot him.
Fitz!
What? What?
He turns around and sees you through the doorway. The same blue beam right in your face. Roll a Constitution save.
Oh my god, its eye is shooting me with weird shit. Very, very blue shit. But I saw it coming. And with
You
an
feel
18
your
plus
joints
blue,
and your body locking up, but you're able to shrug it off.
I'm so worried about Alpha that I let it flow right off me. Careful, guys, it's got weird eyes. They're
careful,
so-
guys, it's got weird eyes.
It's going to take a bite out of
Let me guess.
Grey
Of
Hide.
course. Yeah, but I got
I
an
mean,
armor
that's
class
kind
of, what, frickin' 21. Come on, chomp chomp, mister.
So,
I heard a weird voice in my head say that I was better than Fireball, but it's the only thing I have on me. If you want to send anything better,
Fireball is awesome. What do you
I
mean?
think it's awesome too, but the weird voice in my head is saying otherwise.
That's probably Anya trying to fuck with you.
There's
I
a
would be
song
terrible
about
at this,
Fireball.
but I'm totally
Goodness
for it.
gracious, great balls of fire, right?
Yes.
Are we still singing, or can we stop now?
I think it's been 2 minutes. It does. It comes in. It opens this giant dislodged jaw at you, and it encases your shield, but you're able to shake it off. It can't get at you.
Asshole.
But that is. Then it is Enigma.
Please stop. Fair enough.
Okay, so now I can take my shot, right? Like I can see.
Yep.
I can see the dude.
If you
Okay,
want to
I'm gonna-
shoot it, you'll have to back up to shoot it. If you just want to stab it, you can stab it.
Okay, I'm gonna just be a crazy bitch, and I'm just gonna stab him.
Yeah.
Hey, you
Take out the
mother-
dagger.
fucking jerk, and you've ruined my date. Okay. Ooh,
Wow.
yeah.
Almost a
I'm
crit.
mad.
But it definitely hits. And since Greyhide's also in combat with it, you get sneak attack. So go ahead and roll your dagger damage plus your sneak attack damage.
Nice.
Nicely done, Enigma.
Thanks. I tried.
And
really
in
hard.
high heels, too. I'm quite impressed.
Ooh,
do
not the best
everything
damage on the
else.
sneak attack.
Aw.
Yeah. So you
It's
still
the
have your
heals.
bonus action. Since you're a rogue and you have cunning action, you can move again, which will give you attack of opportunity. You can disengage, so you can move away from it without taking attack of opportunity, or you can hide. But there's no real place to hide without moving away first. So really, your option is if you want, you can disengage and run away. Also, Enigma got a D8 inspiration, so I believe with everybody at this point. No, Fig doesn't have one. But everybody else has a D8 inspiration. You can add a D8 to any roll you do.
No. I think Fig does have one. I think I don't have one.
No, you got one after the fact, after we logged off last time. Fig already used
Really?
her and rolled a 1. used hers and rolled a 1.
Right.
Somebody gave a player D8 inspiration. Have we seen that?
Yep, that's what I just said.
Yes.
Enigma.
Oh, sorry. Enigma. Nice.
Nice.
But
Enigma, what are you gonna do?
Okay, so I'm gonna try to hide.
okay, to hide, you would have to get away from it, which will make you. It can get a free attack on you when you leave its area.
Okay.
You can use
Unless
a
you
cunning action to
disengage.
just get away from it without that happening, if you want. But you won't be able to
That
hide
sounds
as
good.
well.
And I can't attack it again, right?
No, not this turn.
Not this turn. No.
Okay, yeah, I'm just.
Or you could just stay there and keep stabbing it.
I will try that.
All right, you stay there and keep stabbing it. So next turn you'll get another stab.
Yay.
Fitz.
Am I enraged to give it a good solid rapiering? Because I'm going to give it a good solid rapier. A stabby is correct.
Timber.
Oh, I need to mute my.
I'm going to rapier it.
Okie dokie.
And as I do, I say, "You many-eyed freak, I'm going to rapier you."
Nice.
23.
You really got some rep there.
Ha! Straight into its. I aim for one of the eyes.
+2 for your hexblade, so that'll be 9. 9.
9! That's correct. And then with my offhand that happens to have the.
You do stab it through, and it goes all the way through it, actually, with your rapier. You pull out, and it hurt it, but it didn't seem that hurt.
Well, the inside is soft. At least as that.
Gooey.
Very gooey.
Very
and then
gooey.
I give it a little.
It's like
I
a
give it
Twinkie.
a bit of a daggering with my other hand, you know, just to give a dagger. And I completely miss. I just sort of wave my dagger at it.
It actually
threateningly.
stabs it fine. It just doesn't do any damage. You didn't get any kind of vital. It just sinks into it, and you pull it out. Some black ichor comes out, but it didn't seem to hurt it.
That is disgusting. It smells like cheese, and I don't mean the nice kind. Ugh. Ugh.
Greyhide.
Okay, so I'm just trying to think. In character, I probably don't realize how inebriated I am just yet, and I probably don't perceive as much danger. So instead, I'm just going to take an attack. I'm going to go to Azure Edge and say, and I'll say, "This guy seems like bad news. I'm going to take him out." And then I'll swing Azure Edge.
Roll a persuasion towards Azure Edge.
Also, that is correct. Brain juice does smell like Fremunda cheese, and it's not nice.
That wasn't persuasive, but you know what? I'm feeling I'm gonna use one of my lucky feats. I've got 2
Alrighty.
left. I'm gonna do another persuasion check. Roll that. So I've got 1 more lucky. There we go.
There we go. Yeah, Azure speaks to you and says, "Even though your breath smells, I will do what I can."
Very nice. Okay. Well, now I got to roll to attack where I've got disadvantage, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's an 8. That's pretty low, and so that's it's the best I can do. So
13.
I'll roll again for disadvantage. 15.
Yeah.
So it would be the other one was what was the other one? It was a
13.
total of 13.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my
Lucky?
No, not my lucky. I have an extra D8 from last week.
Oh,
so
yeah,
what do I need?
okay.
What do I need to roll to hit this guy?
He actually has 15 armor class, so you only need 2 more to make it hit.
Okay, I'm gonna thank once again. Thanks again for giving me that extra.
You also got a
D8
reroll from Dixon Enormous just now.
just now. Okay, well
if
I'm
you
gonna
wanted
use.
to use it.
No, I'll
You can save
use
that
the D8 that I have, and I'll save the
Okay.
reroll. I can save the reroll for later, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use the D8, and I rolled a 2.
That's perfect. You hit it just enough.
All right, and I am going to also.
How come no one's giving me rerolls? What's up with that?
Please don't. I'm going to
Giant
also
undead
use
beholder.
Divine Smite.
Okay. So roll the axe damage.
Okay, so let me just go here.
And then roll the Divine Smite, which this is undead, so your Divine Smite will do 3d8.
Nice. Nice.
Ooh.
That's a good
So I
damage
roll a
on the
10,
axe.
so I'll do Divine Smite as 3d8.
And then also... And roll one more
Thank you,
d8.
Fitz.
Because Azure Edge,
Gave me a little schnitzel, yeah.
its little power is to actually do a Divine Smite.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
So it's divine too. That's pretty useful.
So it's 13 plus 10, right? 23.
13. Yes.
And I'm going to use a Channel Divinity, right?
Oh,
Which
yeah.
then allows me to heal. Oh, sorry. Let's see. No. I'm sorry. What's the? Yeah, Inspiring Smite, which means I can actually do some healing of 2d8 and divide
temporary
it
hit
however I
points,
like.
yeah.
Okay, so.
And you still have temporary hit points, I believe.
I do, yes, but I would like some
Ah.
more.
Ha!
Who do you give it to?
2d8.
Are you giving it all to yourself?
I have a total of 9 plus 4 was 13. Has anyone taken many hit points damage?
Don't think anyone's taken damage yet. Aside
I'm
from
going to give all
Alpha's
13 to
bird.
myself because that's how I roll. So,
Okay. You are
Drunk
very temp
Greyhide
hit
is,
point.
yeah,
Drunken Greyhide is quite selfish, isn't he?
a little bit.
All right.
But nice. That was a lot that turn. But then, Alpha, go ahead and roll a con save again. It's going to take its turn.
Alpha.
16.
16 is enough. You're able to finally get your joints moving. You're on the ground, but that was the end of your turn.
Alpha, thank
It
God.
got... Ooh. Let's see. Greyhide is... Who's in this room right now?
I mean, all of us, really.
It doesn't really see Fitz too well. Greyhide, Enigma, and Alpha. It's I. It looks at Greyhide, then Enigma, and then turns back and looks behind it at Alpha on the ground. And it fires this red, really thin beam that it's heading towards Alpha. Roll
Can I roll out of the way?
It's actually a con save.
Con save.
Oh.
At least it's not the paralyzed one.
15.
That is enough to save, but I still have to roll it. Where are all my... There.
Oof.
Ooh, that's...
This thing is.
It does... Since you saved, it does... rounded up. 19 necrotic damage as the beam hits you, and you can feel your life force being sucked out of you. You actually see where it's hitting. Your body's going through the process of necrosis as your skin starts to die in that area.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So I did not avoid that with my dodging out of the way.
Uh-uh.
Okay. Guys, I am is it 19?
19 necrotic damage.
Holy mama.
You're gonna be dead soon.
Yeah.
I
Greyhide, way to heal yourself.
I thought she had no damage, is what I thought.
no,
I mean, she
have
didn't.
some. I have 3 hit points. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, next time I'll heal her. It's gonna be fine. We'll all be
She was
fine.
fully healed before that, I think.
Yeah, that's
I had
quite,
I had 2.
You know,
I took
Fitz,
2
you're starting
points
to be a
of
little
damage
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
From falling.
with when he paralyzed me. So
Well, it's not like Alpha could have said, "Hey, I need healing."
nope.
Nice.
I was like, I'm about to heal. Does anyone need anything? And everyone's like, no. All right.
Oh, I got a healing
More
potion.
temporary hit. Actually, I could have given temporary hit points to other people.
You see, you got 2. Funny enough, you see,
Cheeky
Liv.
bastard.
He had left some time ago, and you see him suddenly running back into the room, holding these 2 red potions he got from somewhere. And he comes to Alpha, skirting around the beholder, and then
didn't
like
even know we
drops
were
him right
friends.
in your lap.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He apparently had some secret healing potions he stored somewhere.
Apparently, Lith likes you, Alpha. All right.
But that is Alpha. Then it is Behold. He went.
Sorry, I roll for the potions. Sorry, just to know how much I heal.
Oh, you actually you resist the
just
paralyzing effect
automatic?
at the end of your turn, so you actually don't get your turn yet.
Sorry.
But he's gonna take a bite out of Greyhide again.
Oh.
Still, again, you just keep bashing it off with your shield. It seems that it's not very good at attacking you with its mouth.
Yes, I remember that from my childhood. I also wasn't very good at that.
Yes,
Although
Enigma.
I did once bite a kid.
So
Okay.
And you call Enigma a vampire all the time. I'm keeping my eye on you, Fitz.
I know that he is a vampire.
What?
I've been
Thanks,
taking him.
Kat.
I've been suspecting him.
As I
yes.
stab this guy in the head, I'm gonna scream, Fitz is a vampire and he's pretending not to be and it's fucking me up inside.
Oh my
I
god.
agree.
I'm so sorry. What?
Is
With
that
my
what you say
dagger.
before stabbing it?
Yeah, I'm just screaming.
Hello, hoity-toity.
Oh
Hoity-toity.
god, I
Hoity-toity.
mucked that one up.
We got a new someone following.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah,
we
you
got
got
a
a
new
bit.
sub. Thank you. Wow, this is wonderful.
So yeah, you sorry, I got distracted by something. You go into attack and you say all those things and you get a little distracted. You see Fitz over there who's like annoyed, saying like "what?" and you get kind of distracted by that. And your dagger sinks in, but it doesn't seem to get any vital parts. You pull it out and it has like black ichor on it, but it didn't seem to hurt it.
Oh.
Oh.
Or that black ichor. Icky.
So again, you could, if you want,
Yes.
you can, as someone was saying in the chat, you can use your bonus action to disengage from it, so you don't take attack of opportunity, and then you can use your next turn's bonus action to hide if you want.
Okay.
Before attacking.
Uh,
Okie dokie. So you probably hide like around the corner here or something like that. Then that go back up to Fitz. You also see Angelo appear at the top of the stairs with Maximus following behind him.
Thank God. At last we are saved.
This is not a brain puppy. Someone commented that it's a brain. No, this is much grosser and
I
more.
mean, it's kind of like a giant floating brain puppy on steroids.
Yes, exactly.
It's like a brain rhino.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
it's a brain rhino.
There's lots of ichor inside of it. It's icky.
It's icky.
Ugh.
But thanks to my
That
new
is
shield and cloak of protection, it hasn't been able to permeate my defenses. Huzzah!
Then it is Grey.
I'm so happy
Fitz.
for you, Grey.
What is
Well,
Fitz gonna do?
with a scream of "I'm not a vampire, you are!" I stab it with my rapier one more time, and this time I aim for the very center of its eyes, the base. And with my Hexblade's curse, I do a critine as I stab deep
That is a crit.
inside of it. And then,
You wiggled around.
to add to the critical, I then summon the energy of Elisare. I picture her music floating through my head, and with a tear in my eye, I cast the spell of... 1 second.
Are you crying,
this.
Fitz? There's a tear in his eye. That's kind of.
No! I cast Branding Smite to fire the energy of the goddess through my rapier and into the center of its horrible, disgusting, cheese-smelling being.
All right, it's gonna be a big hit. Roll the critical damage.
You might as well take a shot while you're at it, Fitz. While you roll crit damage.
Oh yes, and take a shot.
Ah,
This is your finest hour. Take a shot, Fitz.
and
You
with
can,
my bonus action, I pull a
can
flask from my pouch and I say, "Enigma, you're fucking me up inside too, you know."
Oh.
Ugh. Alright. Rolling damage, rolling. So if I will it I have
No,
to
well,
roll
you'll
the
have to roll an
damage
extra
twice?
D8 with it, and then you did branding smite, I think, right?
So we've got a 13 and then an 11, but that's +5 both times. I don't know.
Oh, you don't add the +5 the second one because it's just you just do double the dice damage. So it
13
would be
plus
8
6.
plus 6. Yeah, 13 plus 6 exactly.
13 plus 6, and then the branding smite. Do I get to roll the branding smite twice?
Yes, you do. It's second level. It's 2d6. So yeah, you do that twice.
We've got 10 and 8.
Okay.
18 plus whatever the first one was, and I'm just pumping the energy from my very soul through my rapier in the center. And I'm kind of swaying and screaming as the energy is.
Yeah, you stab it into it, and right in its mouth, and you can see it. This explosion happens from within it as your branding smite goes off, and it blows pieces of the beholder in different places, and but it's still up with a giant hole like in the side of its mouth.
And I say, "Ha ha! Take that, Enigma. You're the vampire."
Just going forward, a note on branding smite. You actually have to cast it before you attack. It's not as good as the paladin's one.
I can't save it for a crit. Damn.
Yeah,
Noted.
but that's fine.
Noted.
Let's see. That was so Greyhide.
All right. I am going to, out of concern for Fig, because you've taken a bunch of damage, and because I realize the danger of the situation, I decide to use my palladial skills, my paladinesque skills, to lay on hands.
This is awesome, but I was also just gifted 2 potions.
Okay.
So I don't know if we want to. I don't know yet how much I'll get back with the potions, but if we need
2d4
to
plus
save
2.
it.
Okay, well, I'm going to do this anyway because I'm poisoned,
Okay.
and I don't want to keep rolling at disadvantage for the rest. We don't know how tough this guy's going to be, so I'm going to use lay
use it
on
on yourself.
hands.
Okay.
So I can use it on my, I was going to use it on myself, but I was going to give some of the healing.
You
as
actually
well
have to touch
Alpha.
people to use it, and she
really?
is being blocked off by the. If you see that beholder's taking the entire room, you can't really get by it.
I mean,
So
you
then I
can't
shall
give
touch
a virtual.
myself. Then
What else is
Can
new?
we sing that?
What else is new?
I'm going to touch myself.
Yeah,
And,
you're kind of weaving back and forth, getting into this fight, and then you do that, and suddenly your mind clears completely. The drunkenness is completely removed from you.
Oh, so I don't even have to use.
Well, you can remove a disease if you use 5 points of your lay on hands.
Oh, okay. So I've done that. So that uses my action, though, right?
It does. You could just not do that if you want, and just continue attacking.
But so if I continue attacking, then I'm still poisoned, though, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'll use 5 points of healing right now. I'll use my action to get rid of my poison.
You are sober.
I am sober, and I'm going to take 5 hit points. I'm going to give 10 hit points of healing. Thank you very much.
Already.
All right, so it's a pretty boring turn, guys.
Last time it wasn't.
Crits
Alpha.
and giggles. I totally
Okay.
feel that.
So, you said, 2d4 plus 2?
But I do say, while touching
yeah.
myself, I feel more. I feel much better now.
Greyhide,
It's,
why are you touching yourself? Oh wait.
Wow.
never
It's
mind.
it's sharpening my instincts, and it's making me feel a lot better and capable.
So it'd be
you're giving
3
yourself a
and
healing
5,
hand job.
so that's 8 total.
It's actually 2d4 plus 2. You add the plus 2 at the end, so it's
Right.
5 total.
Oh, at the
No,
end.
6
of-
total.
At the end of both
Yeah.
rolls.
Yeah, into both rolls. So that would be 6 total. And that's only your bonus action to take a potion yourself.
Yes. Okay.
Floating testicle.
So that's wait. We said 5 total.
6 total.
6 total. So that's
3 plus 1
9
plus
hit
2 is 6.
points.
Enigma, are you
I have
alright?
enough-
She seems to
I
be
have enough
caught in the
strength
throes
to
of some
strike,
sort of
though.
spell.
Alrighty,
She's
go
been
for it.
she's been hypnotized. She's under the spell of the beholder.
I am going to
Were you
attempt
like,
an ensnaring strike.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Alpha,
that-
you're looking better. Your chest is only half undead now.
Oh wait, that wasn't the
Why are
right
you
roll.
looking at
Sorry.
her chest?
Sorry, I didn't roll the right thing.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Alpha.
I didn't roll the right. I only
Yeah, what are
rolled
you
the
talking
damage.
about?
Yep.
Sorry about that.
The thing shot her with a beam, and it made her chest all like gross looking, and now she's better. I'm
Guys.
just saying.
Whoa.
I'm not
12.
trying to.
Not my game.
Ooh.
No, this
Not
Yeah,
my game.
not rolls today.
Not my game.
It flies off and it hits one of the eye stalks. It takes the eye stalk with it, which doesn't even seem to hurt it, and it goes into the wall in the corner, and you see the snares into the corner of the wall.
Yep. And that was my last spell, if anybody's interested, because we never had a long
Oh, good.
rest.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Alpha, I'm sorry.
It's nice knowing you guys.
I
Ooh,
got
isn't
one
bad.
more spell, and I'm
Please
hoping I roll
don't
crit next
die.
turn. That's kind of my big plan. Everything sort of hinges on me critting next round.
Let's see. With
Good
Fitz
luck.
in the room now,
That would have been a good
Um,
time for a reroll.
it's going to attack Fitz. You see the eye, one of the eyes, come towards you. It lights up green for a second as a green beam
Fitz.
flies towards Fitz. Fitz.
My backup character is probably just gonna be my bear.
should I pass? Patty will.
This is a dexterity save.
Dexterity. Does that mean I can use a shield spell or no?
No, not for a save.
Damn. Alright. Dexterity. Do you know, I used to do a lot of dancing. I used to be quite a soft shoe champion. I've got an 11.
Do you want to use your inspiration?
Yes.
I would use it.
What do I do there?
You can.
D8?
The inspiration someone gave you is a D8. Yeah, you can roll a D8 and add it to it.
Okay. So this green bolt is flying
This is
toward
very
me.
bad if you don't get at least 3.
Uh-oh. Oh, we've got a 2.
Oh no!
No, that's
Are you
splendid.
serious?
It hits you dead on. You can see it's starting to nail into you. You see the front part of your brigandine armor start to disintegrate away.
Oh, I'm gonna need to replace that. Okay.
Oh, that's
This is
crummy.
gonna take me a while of rolling.
I'm really glad I spent all those bonus hit points on myself.
Yeah, thank you, Greyhide.
Because I realized those could be spread around because they're on top, but well.
Someone
Next
gave
time.
Alpha another potion. Lift, for some reason, he just has all these hidden potions, and he comes by with another potion and drops it with Alpha.
No idea you felt that way about me.
Right?
But Angelo might.
And Fitz. He looks at Fitz and sees what's happening to him, and he's like, oh, I better give this to you.
Oh, thank you.
Fitz, you take... sorry, I'm looking at the type of damage. I forgot what type of damage was.
Fitz,
You
take a
take-
shot.
20... Well, you're going to need a shot for this. You take 29 force damage as the beam goes through your brigandine armor and then starts to hit your skin. You can feel your skin start to disintegrate. You move to the side to get out of the way, and the beam continues on past you. And it hits the wall, and the wall disintegrates into dust, and there's a hole into the wall behind you. It's looking out into the night.
Fitz!
Like,
Hey, he got pretty messed up. This is serious.
Ow.
Holy crap.
Your armor is also damaged, and it's effectively lost one of its AC points at this point.
oh, that's
Oh
great.
no, his armor's damaged. I mean, he's almost dead, and he's been but his armor.
As I stagger against the now semi-disintegrated wall, I pull out my flask And I say, at least I'm not going to die sober, you flesh-colored bitch.
Nice. Beautiful.
Oh, no need for the potty mouth. Jeez, I know you're half dead and you've been ripped in half by a force beam, but no need to call them names.
I'm sorry, am I offending your delicate paladin sensibilities?
I'll let it slide.
Fitz gets another D8 inspiration from Dixenormous. So you have another inspiration after that. If only you had
Beautiful. Thank you, Dixenormous.
This time it takes a bite at Greyhide again. And again, it can't get, it sucks at biting. You just keep hitting it off with your shield like it's an idiot. And then,
Jackanape.
Enigma.
It's a great
You are, roll a stealth to see how well you hid from it.
Okay.
Dixie, I appreciate your retirement. Thank you.
Another healing potion. Lif is just full of healing potions, and he finds another one hidden away that he had, and he drops it off with Fitz after seeing the giant hole in his chest.
Oh. Also, Kritz is right. Can I roll a performance to say a better insult? Because that's way better.
Sure.
Flesh-covered meatball. Yeah, that's a good one.
Let's
19.
See. Oh yeah. For some reason, you
I
got some
won't
divine
die
inspiration.
sober. At least I won't die sober, you flesh-covered meatball. And then the rest of it. Carry on. Very good.
With the sound of meatball, Angelo also will have a turn. But
it triggers
Enigma,
him. Good.
You rolled a 14 stealth.
Ooh.
I'm here. I'm ready to fight. What the hell is that?
I told you, it's a flesh-colored meatball, Angelo. Slice it like a meatball.
Angela, what's that under your nose? The white powder.
Oh,
Maybe
wow.
if Fitz hadn't scared off Fel'rekt.
I didn't scare him off. I told him to not come to the orphanage. I mean, I did also tell him I had
He's
dreams
right here.
about him being tortured, so...
You also told him you were him for a moment in...
As a woman being tortured.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, he didn't love that.
Enigma, you are hidden from it, so you can roll, if you want to do your short bow, you can roll at advantage to attack it.
Well,
Shit.
what did I miss? What did I miss?
I think Angelo just fell.
No, that was the axe. The axe.
Oh.
As your edges fall into the ground.
Oh, you rolled the damage.
Angela's a little plugged over there.
Oh, never mind.
19.
Yeah, actually, perfect. That will hit, doing 11 damage to it. Ooh, this thing looks like it's starting to slosh apart and stuff.
Good.
You can
I
just
watch
see
and
pieces
I
of it
say-
falling off.
I say, nice job, Enigma. Nice shot.
Alpha, are you okay? Is this thing hurting you?
Fel'rekt also appears.
Angelo, is that you?
What is Angelo actually going to do anything, or is he just going to give cheerleading?
I'm gonna make my way over to Alpha. I wanna see if she's okay.
Angelo,
So romantic.
You get into the room and you see Alpha. Angelo sees Alpha chugging down a potion
Okay.
on the ground.
Angelo, you're the only potion I really need.
Oh, you're my elixir of love too.
Angelo.
Wow.
Alpha, it's so good. But this thing is ugly here.
It's so
You're gonna
ugly.
fight this thing. You
No,
want me to fight him?
I can't. You
This is
can't
getting
get hurt.
awkward.
No, I can't. I'm too delicate. You're
Save
so
the
brave.
manor. Go hide.
Okay, but I stay here with you. I'm not going anywhere.
With
Okay.
that, you hear the giant crack as a gun goes off in the doorway, You see Fel'rekt there shooting the beholder, but it
Fel'rekt
hits
has
the
a
top of
gun?
the beholder and pieces of the beholder go off, but it didn't really seem to affect it that much.
That's pretty badass.
Fel'rekt, so good to see you. Do you have a gun? When do you have a gun? Who gave you a gun? That's awesome.
Fitz.
My God. So,
Fel'rekt starts like getting his gun ready again.
I stagger to my feet, and I sort of fall towards the beholder, so that if I do it just right, my rapier will sort of fall into him with me. Because it's not doing so hot, but I really want to stab the thing. And as I stab it, I say, oh, hang on, let me try stabbing it first.
What I say depends on if I successfully stab it.
Well, you know, one thing at a time, one thing at a time. I fall towards it with my rapier, and I just sort of fall into its flesh, and I say, you fleshy meatball, I've had testicles in my mouth that look better than you. I'm a little drunk at this point. Gotta just stab it and fall in with a 9. 9 damage.
You see the beholder go. It looks disgusted.
Ah, that's right. That's what I said.
Roll a damage. Oh, you did right there. Sorry. 9 plus 2.
9
for the Hexblade's Curse, which will take it to 11 damage. Now this thing has undead fortitude, so I have to roll to see if that's enough damage to kill it. So it's 5
flesh.
plus that 5, so it has to roll a 16.
Oof. Its flesh starts to knit together.
It rolled a 20. You go forward and you stab it, and you dislodge the other side of the jaw, and the whole jaw just falls flat down. But it's still up, looking annoyed, trying to scream something. Just comes out as ichor starts coming from its mouth, but it's still alive.
I take with my bonus action, I take my health potion from Lif, and I say,
Bottoms up.
Uh,
You waiting for crits and giggles to come up with it?
Yeah, crits and giggles. Throw me a bone here. I'm a little bit inebriated here. I don't know. Okay, I rolled for a performance, and I've got a 10, which is like a nice average line.
Crits is like Fitz's Cyrano de Bergerac.
Sort of, yes.
You like
So with
just-
a 10
Good
for
comparison,
performance, I take my health potion and I say,
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
So eloquent.
Might want to re-roll that performance in a moment.
what do I roll for
It was beautiful.
Thank you, Greg. What do I roll for my health
It's
potion?
2d4, and then you add 2 to the final result.
Perfect.
But that'll be your turn. Greyhide. Its thing is sitting in front of you, spitting out black goo all over the place with its jaw dishinged, flapping down below it.
I am sober. I'm at full strength and hit points. I have bonus hit points. I've got Azure's Edge. And I am mad. I want this thing to pay. And I also believe I have a reroll that's been gifted to me if necessary. I am going to attack with all of my might at the central eye of this disgusting, fleshy meatball testicle thing.
Yes.
All
Hit it
right.
like
Roll.
balls.
You get 8 points back, Fitz.
Thank
Go ahead and roll your axe attack.
There we go.
I think someone's gonna be
Screaming.
fishing for a natural 20 here.
Screaming Dragon, you've come at
Are you
an
gonna keep
excellent
it?
time.
I shall keep it, yes.
Okay.
Because a hit's a hit. I'm not going to,
Yeah.
I think 19 hits, does it not?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. I'm going to hit, and the question is, do I Divine Smite as well, which is my last spell?
I will
am
tell
going
you,
to-
Undead Fortitude, what it has to roll a higher and higher roll the more damage you do to it in order to stay alive. So the more damage you do, the more likely it'll kill it.
Oh, I see. I'm gonna do Divine Smite. I know it's not a crit, but that's what I'll do. I'll do
Alrighty.
Divine Smite.
The axe will add a d8 to it, so you can roll 3d8 for the divine smite, and then your axe damage as well.
I'll start with the axe damage. Do 9. And you said 3d8, is that right?
Yeah, 3d8. No, 4d8, sorry, because
4d8,
it's
'cause
undead, so you get 3 by yourself. The axe gives you 1 more.
Okay.
Yes. Scroidal rage.
9
Roll low.
plus 21.
God.
30 points, you disgusting!
It has to roll a con save. It has to roll a 36 on a con save.
Well,
The
go
only
for
way it can stay alive is it rolls a natural 20 on its con save. So you can see this.
All right.
What is it? Alright, that's 11.
Ah!
You come
Finally.
to it with your final divine smite, and you hit into it, right into the fleshy top of it. Your axe digs deep, and then the boom is thunder. Pieces of Beholder go everywhere. Eye stalks flap against the side of the walls and fall to the ground. Teeth go everywhere. As the
I've
thing
got
is
some of
just
its
a
teeth
giant
on
mess.
me.
I am also going to use my bonus action for Channel Divinity to give some bonus hit points to my friends, because why not? So I'll just do that. 2-8.
Nice.
And then plus 4. So I can do 14 damage. I'll do Enigma I don't think has been damaged. I'll give 7 to you know what? Sorry, it's 14. Okay, I'll do 5 for Alpha, 5 for Fitz, and I'm sorry, Enigma, 4 for you because you haven't been damaged as much.
Well, honey, I think I'm appreciative that you thought of me.
Mwah!
Right?
None for Angelo?
I mean,
Angelo gets
Angelo,
squat.
I'll share mine with Angela.
I'm just gonna pull its teeth
Angela's a little
off
bit
of my face.
zoned out right now.
Ugh.
I think we're all
Yeah.
due for a long rest soon anyway, so none of this might mean anything, but unless something else
God.
wants to fight us, and I hope not.
Could I?
I think that's all your channel divinities as well, right?
Yeah. Oh, actually, no, Channel Divinity is a bonus action. It doesn't have a limit on them.
Really?
Oh,
can do
really?
it,
I thought
but
it
it's a-
had a limit.
Oh, yeah, the limit is you can only use it with Divine Smite, so there's no more Divine Smites.
Oh,
So
I
that's-
see.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Guys,
Cool.
the bastard got my bird.
Alpha, no, not the
Good
bird.
Birdie! I love
Not
that
the
guy!
bird named Bird. Bird.
Can we save a feather? Was there a or is it completely disintegrated?
There's a pile of ash where the bird once was.
I go
Damn
to
it.
the pile of ash, and I lift up a little bit, and I go, goodbye.
My room.
Wow.
Oh, your
Your
room.
room is
Oh,
also
this was
completely
your room.
destroyed.
This was your room? Oh
That's
crap!
where I
Yeah,
sleep,
you-
Up to the
guys.
top part.
At the end of this room, you see a ladder, ladder that goes up into a loft area that used to have a floor, which is now completely disintegrated.
That was my.
You can actually see the sky up above because she would
that
sleep with no
was
roof.
My room.
Well, Angelo, do you know anyone who can fix a roof/floor? Because it looks like we need that.
Angela has all the connections.
Angela, I might
Yes,
need a.
I know the best contractor. His name is Guglielmo Marconi. He'll do the best job. He cost a little bit of money, but we have this fixed in no time. But at least you're safe, Alpha. I don't know what I could do without you.
Angelo,
So scared.
thanks for checking on me.
Yes, I'm gonna
Enigma,
call,
have you,
I'll call the contractor. We get this fixed. It's gonna look better than ever.
Enigma, have you taken any damage, or are you doing all right?
I'm okay. Thank you for asking.
Do you
How are
take
you?
damage? Do you take damage these days, or are you just sort of immune to it?
You know, I took damage from your mom last night.
Oh, snap!
Well, my mother is quite old in human years, so I'm impressed
Yeah,
that
she was quite old. Very
Wow.
old.
So,
That's
with
very
that,
helpful.
why don't we do the giveaway?
Hmm.
The miniature giveaway. Tim Tiny's is in the chat, I think, as well. So,
Is he
Uh,
still here?
I'm not sure. But
Tim?
The way this
Last
works
Tim?
is, if you want to be part of this giveaway, and if you win, you'll send me a link to your to a Hero Forge figure. You can give it to me in Discord. You can send it to me to Art of the Roll on Twitch if you want. However, you can get it to me. Send me a link of your Hero Forge character. You can go to heroforge.com, make your own custom character however you want it, and then I will print that. I will send it to Tim Tiny's, who will then paint it, and he'll ship it to whoever wins. So you get to basically get your own custom-made mini from scratch, and paint it and sent to you. So if you want to be part of this, you have to. This is not true. If you want to be a part of this, then simply say your mother in the chat, in the comments in the chat, and you will be entered in to win this.
Classic Enigma. Classic.
Now we got Dix's Enormous. Hey, there's Tim's
Tim,
Tinies.
Hello. Your mother. Or Greg. Yeah. That's correct. Wow.
No one else wants a mini? There's like 30 people in the chat. It's your chance to get a free mini, custom made.
It's
pretty
actually
fantastic.
really sick. If
Yeah.
you guys are, yeah,
Yeah. Get in
Paul's
there.
mother also wants one.
your mother.
Paul's mother.
Paul's
Nick
mother.
Saga
Nick's
wants to
mother
yell it.
himself.
Your mother is so bad.
Dreaming
her
Dragon.
blood type is
Nick's
ragu?
Saga. We've
Oh,
got 4
guys.
contestants, all contending for the.
Technically, does that enter it? I think that enters it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
think that
does.
works. Yeah, he said your mother. He
Absolutely.
just added something after.
Her blood type is ragu. Yes.
That's
No, I
intense.
want pasta.
Tim, hello.
I want
Hello,
Tim to
Tim.
enter.
That makes it easy.
Paint himself a mini, yes.
But I
He
still
has
want
to
him to
ship
ship
it
it to himself. Yes.
True. True.
Cool.
We got Lemon
Okay.
Petey Pie. Lemon Pete
So,
Pie
that is
also in there.
1, 2,
Screaming
Lemon
Dragon.
Pete Pie.
Lemon Pete Pie.
And Nick
How
Saga.
Screaming
excellent.
Dragon from last
I
night.
like the
Super
I
geeked
like-
up.
super
Oh, cool.
geeked up. What a
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
time
if
that
you
was.
if you haven't watched it already, there we were on Super Geeked Up yesterday. You can check out their YouTube, Super Geeked Up. Wonder if I have it
Fantastic
available
time.
here.
We'll
was
be
very
sharing
fun.
the link on our Instagram.
Yeah.
It
Great
was
time.
so good. I almost made the word meat on meat action because that was brought up many times on our
Meat
episode.
on meat. That should have been the
Meat on meat
giveaway
action.
word, but next time.
So if you hear us saying meat on meat action, you know why. It's-
I don't think there's any
Okay.
reason to say meat on meat action.
Well, you weren't there,
Apparently-
so you wouldn't
You
know.
have to see why I said it. It was purely innocent. I said I wanted to see something like Hercules, where when someone gets a hit, it sounds like they had meat on meat action, where you slam it together. But
Oh,
it
that
went
actually
very
makes
downhill
sense.
from there.
Foolish.
You-
Foolish.
You adding the line where you slam it together doesn't help, by the way.
It did not help, not one bit. But yeah,
Also,
if you go
Emperor's
on
New
Super
Groove.
Geeked Up Live on the
Excellent.
YouTube page, the link to that the show of last night's show will be there. These guys are awesome, super fun. Yeah, talk.
Paul is right. I
Check
did
it out.
play the Diaper Defender. And Tim is also right. The Emperor's New Groove, where he ships the Emperor to herself to smash it with a hammer. Sort of similar.
We also
Is there
discovered
any
on the
use
show
for...
that Greg can talk Ewok and Alpha can talk peanut
Peanuts.
adult peanut
And
voice.
Oh, yeah,
That's-
yeah.
very fair, crits and giggles. Also, yes, and Alpha's Peanuts teacher was quite enamored with Greg's Ewok. It was
Yes.
quite steamy.
According to the translations, anyways.
I think body language did the
Yeah.
majority of that. We didn't have much work to do translating.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Uh,
yeah, if you follow, it'll make it easy to reach out to you, but we will review the chat and we will reach out to whoever the winner happens to be. And if for some reason it doesn't work out, we move to the next person, whatever. But
Good luck, everybody.
we
Good
will
luck.
get with you when it happens.
So, what do we do? Do we like mop up all the ichor and the teeth, and are we just, you know what? We can just leave that to
You get it?
Angelo.
Iker.
Ichor, yeah.
Oh, damn, I don't have it on my soundboard.
Not to mention, Not to mention everything from Greyhide's little healing hand session in the corner as well.
Wait,
It's quite
can
messy
we
in
ask?
this room.
is
That
the
didn't
winner,
produce any sort of
um,
gooey residue like the
There's goo
eye, the
everywhere.
exploding eye did.
If it did,
Why
it's
would
hidden.
you think that it produced a gooey residue?
I
don't
want to
understand.
just clarify
I don't
something
know how
about the giveaway. Sorry,
paladin
guys.
spells work.
Are
I
we
don't know.
announcing it tonight at the end of the stream, or?
I believe there were 6 people injured. I could seriously just roll a d6 real quick and we could pick.
I think there's
and
more than 6. No.
I saw 6. Let's see.
We'll roll a d7.
Let's see. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. That's how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop.
No, it's 3 to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
All right, I'll roll it.
3.
Here we go. Let's see if you can see it up here. It'd be nice rolling the d6. Oh wow, it's a 1.
1. First one in.
Who's
The
one?
very first one is Dick's Enormous.
Dix enormous.
Enormous.
Dix
Congratulate
enormous.
your mother. Yes.
We will send you a giant dick painted.
Dix enormous is your mother. That's
Right, it's no longer.
That's actually a little
well done,
perfect because
Dick
I actually know
Enormous.
Dick's Enormous, and so if it doesn't work out, I can just be like, "Heh, you're my friend, right?"
That'll work fine.
You like me, right? Right?
You still like me, right? Cool.
Thank you.
We'll
Thanks
make it
for
happen.
Everyone. Well done, Dixes.
playing and tuning in, guys.
Yes.
Oops, I hit the wrong one. So
Fair.
We're next in the adventure. We've got all this.
you
ichor
have
and
pieces
goo.
of eye core everywhere.
Yes.
do
You
we have to
actually
mop
have a
this
giant
up?
hole in the back of the room and a giant hole in the ceiling looking out.
Well,
into
not
the
my
sun.
room. This is Alpha's room. I think I might head down to my room and begin a long rest. Is what I'm.
Well,
thinking.
now hang
guys,
on.
this has been great. I'm tired.
Guys, we still have Maximus over here, who we're supposed to do. Who is
Oh yeah, he
supposed
was
to
a ton of
demand-
help in this battle, I must say. You know,
I
this
mean,
guy
yeah,
you're dating
he's-
was just chilling downstairs while we're fighting this
All right,
disgusting,
sure.
revolting creature. He's not
He's
a
clear-
keeper. You should ditch this guy.
Greyhide.
You say this when
One-
he's around, just like
Honestly,
out loud?
Oh, he's here?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
also say this, like, while he can hear me, like, he was the most boring date I've ever had. Like, I just don't understand why this guy was just sitting there.
Enigma was supposed to. Was
I
supposed to
don't feel
take
like
his-
he's very gentlemanly. Like, he didn't do the things I wanted him to do.
Okay.
When a girl says, I'm going to the washroom, usually you follow her. He didn't. So, can we just ask this guy?
He's
and
right
just-
there. Okay.
what's going on?
I hate him.
Hi,
Bye,
Maximus.
Go home.
No,
Yeah,
Enigma,
take a hint, buddy. She's not
I didn't-
India, brah.
I didn't want
Okay.
this anyways.
We're
Jesus.
supposed to. We're supposed to
Maximus, just
question
go
him.
home.
Oh, she's
Get
really
information.
Go home.
He
and
turns around
impersonate
and
him.
leaves.
No,
Oh wait,
I
are we
fire
supposed
a-
to knock him out? I can knock him out if you like. Should I go
I fire a
and go beat him
Hager's
up?
blast.
Honestly, that's the type
You
of
fire
thing
Hager's
that's
blast. Go ahead and
not
roll it.
valid.
I fire Hager's
got
blast to
huge
drag him over
knowledge.
to us to knock him out
Oh my
because we
gosh.
have to impersonate him.
He needs to
It
go.
hits.
You've got an 18. Also, I'd like
Roll,
this to
roll
be,
damage.
I'd like this to be non-lethal damage. We've got an 8.
Not really possible, but it doesn't. He has more than that, anyways.
So happy he's gone.
No,
Right when he's about to go
gone.
down the stairs, Hager's blast goes out. Sorry.
Yanks him towards us, and then I then smack him on the head. And I don't know if that's gonna help out with him. Alright guys, I think we have to knock him out. We're supposed to impersonate him tomorrow. Can everyone please get
Well, why
on
don't we
board
just
with
knock him out in
Yeah.
the first place instead of this whole date nonsense? You don't
we
think
could figure out
Enigma has better
Greyhide-
things to do? Jeez.
Who's gonna help knock him out?
Greyhide, you're such a man.
All right,
I'll knock him out.
So
All right.
I'll
we
hit
can
him with my
figure
shield
out-
as hard
Thank
as
you
I
for
can.
scaring him off.
You can
I
actually-
hated him.
You can flip your axe around and just whack him with it and do non-lethal damage.
All right, I'll hit him with the blunt side of my axe.
Guys, maybe
It's a little
for
bit
now we
pointy,
need to rest.
though.
We can put him in the basement with the other guy.
Fine, let's
Just-
put him in the basement. The
Thanks,
point
honey.
is,
Because
You collect
protect
prisoners.
me. I'm
We
gonna
can do
edit
this-
photos of you tonight in a non-creepy way. I totally didn't take secret photos of you.
Oh,
Totally didn't
They
what?
are on my computer. For some reason, it must be in someone else. So I might edit a couple tonight.
oh, that's really nice of you.
It wasn't me.
Computer?
I don't know where they came from.
Let me
I don't
just,
know
I'll
what
do
are
non-lethal
photos?
damage with the back of my axe. Ha.
Photos. I'm born in the
Whoops!
woods. I don't know.
I missed, I think. Ah!
Yeah, you go up and you miss. You're like, I got this, and you whiff over his head.
Greyhound, are you
Anyone
drunk
else helping
again?
knocking him out?
Yeah, I take one of my poisoned arrows.
Oh god, okay. Just a note, you
I'm,
can't do non-lethal damage with an arrow.
I'm tired. I just like I'm done. Just shoot the
Great.
arrow.
We're going if we
Roll
kill
the
him,
attack.
he can't tell us what time he goes to work in the morning, and then it's going to be
Never
very
happened.
roll a 26.
You hit.
Oh,
Were you doing
God.
sharpshooter?
No.
Thank God.
All right,
So-
roll the damage, and he'll roll a
Oh.
con save,
Kind of sorry, buddy.
which he fails, so he's poisoned.
So what does the poison do? It
10.
gives him disadvantage?
He's knocked
You
out,
shoot him,
right?
and he's like, "What are you attacking me for?" And he falls over onto the ground.
Are we
Guys.
murderers, guys? What is
I mean,
this?
He's
We're
not
not-
dead.
we're
He's
not-
just passed out.
He's
Can I
starting
try
to
to-
bleed out.
Can I search
From
his
the-
body?
He's
Yeah.
bleeding out.
He's bleeding out right now.
Can I search
Enigma
his body?
Enigma starts searching his body.
I go over and I try
not
to stop
yet.
the
Let's-
bleeding.
Oh,
But don't
God.
be too enticed by the blood coming out of him.
I'll
Like,
roll a medicine thing.
Not a
Sure.
vampire.
Stop his bleeding.
I mean, there is like a lot of blood there. Like, can I try to maybe take a bite? and not
I'm
be some
tired.
vampire? Because,
7.
like,
I mean,
I don't know.
You
God.
can. Do you want to do it stealthily?
Can
Okay,
you just
yeah.
lick what's on
Do
the
sleight of
floor
hand.
instead of biting him?
Sleight of mouth.
Sleight of mouth.
I don't know.
Okay, I've
Oh,
got
well,
a
can you get a little
12
suckle in there?
I've got a 12 on medicine check to
It
try to
helps me,
patch him up.
right? Like,
Yeah. 'cause I only
Everybody
got a
sees
7.
Enigma kind of go in there and just kind of like right where she was shot, right where he shot, and take a little suckle.
Enigma,
I'm
we're
like,
Can I
trying to-
enjoy it?
I
we're
just
trying
look
to
at her and I'm like, I
stabilize his
knew it.
condition.
You
not
do
a
stabilize
vampire,
him.
guys. It's just
You kind of shoo Enigma out of the way, and you wrap up his wound so he's not bleeding out.
All right. Well,
Uh,
let's tie him up
okay,
and put
I
him
tie him
somewhere. This is too much. Do you want to roll a survival check, Alpha, and tie him up for us? Because you do that sort of thing, don't you?
Sometimes. On a good
Okay.
Can
day.
I go check on the dwarf downstairs?
24.
You can.
Well, we're about to go throw him downstairs with the
Yeah, that's
boy.
it. Let's all
Where are
bring
you
it. Let's
going?
tie him up. Got a little
Where are you
prison.
going?
Very impressively, Fig starts just taking out a rope and tying up this guy, and Hog ties him, but all
Super
limbs
tight.
together. Looks like there's no way he could get out.
Yeah, all 4.
Oh, that's
How
great.
did you do that?
And
You did
feet
some sort. Is
together.
that a knot?
He's
I
like
just
a He's like a
loosely
little
put
horse.
ropes on. him.
Lay it on it.
yeah.
Do you know, Enigma, I know some communities that would really enjoy your presence. I'm
You know,
saying.
is it like the communities your mom is involved with? Because like I'm not a
Wow.
fan of
I
like
You know, Enigma,
I start
my mother is a
dragging this
venerable
thing.
noblewoman.
I can't
Hey.
deal with the type of community she's in. It's stanky. It's not
start-
me. It's unclassy.
She's not part of. That's not her. She's very
She doesn't
dignified.
have a. She needs.
Everybody hears
Polyamorous,
Dun,
dun
actually. I
dun
think that's-
dun dun
that's
as it's dragged down the stairs.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Enigma, how dare
eventually
you.
everybody who wants to will get down to the basement. You see Ott still stuck in his bands, another pool of pee under him.
Ah,
Oh,
I got
poor
this guy
fellow.
a bedpan.
He got pee all over my blanket that I wrapped him in.
Yeah,
We
you
should.
just push him in the hole.
Anybody have a blanket for Maximus? He's an
kill
innocent
him.
man.
I don't
No.
think so.
No, let's just put a blanket around Maximus, please. Someone has a blanket.
Just kill
Yeah.
him.
If you could.
No, we're not
no,
killing him.
he's-
We still
he's
need to ask him what time he works so that it's not weird when Alpha shows up dressed as him tomorrow.
I feel
Let's
like
just
you guys
show
are
up
being
late. What's the big
very
deal?
rude.
She'll just
Yeah.
say, "Oops, I'm a little late." Slash him
Or
early,
like-
you know?
And
Wrong
then there'll be
shit.
Thank you,
suspicion.
Greyhead. You're a genius.
Oh, show up
Kill
late.
him.
What a
Big deal.
brilliant idea. Oh, I'll just show up
Kill
late.
him.
All of our problems will be
Genius.
solved. We said
He's
we have.
clearly.
Well, so what if he gets
idiot.
fired? It's not like it's us getting fired, right? He'll get
Okay,
in trouble.
but this
so.
is. But if he gets fired, then we can't investigate the Castle Hunter's estate. This is for the mission.
I think you're being delusional right now.
I am so frustrated.
Fitz, I'm gonna agree with you
So frustrated.
tomorrow. I need to go lie down.
Yes, me too. I'll go talk to Ott a little bit.
Okay.
If
How
everyone
are you
else
gonna-
goes to sleep.
How are you gonna
I'm
talk to him?
Because he has
I'm
bad.
going
He's a
to,
fallen
uh,
paladin.
Because it's the next day, right? It's after midnight, so technically, yeah. So I'm going to use my athletics, my superior athletics, and remove the shackles of this thing with him. And I'll be like,
Okay.
hey, Enigma, can you just make sure this guy doesn't try to run away? Just, So there's two
Can you
of us.
make sure you end up in my room tonight? Because if not, then no.
Oh yeah, of course
Wow.
I can end up in your room. Do you need like something fixed or a wall hanging or some sort of any sort of work you need done in the room? Or...
Yes. Yes.
Okay, well I'll be there. We'll talk about it. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Anytime.
I just want to say that it's deeply
But,
uncomfortable. Deeply uncomfortable.
are you muttering, Fitz? What's going on? I heard you muttering something. Don't
You,
worry. Anyway, I'll go.
I think he
I'll
said
go
under
free
his breath.
the dwarf from
Do your
his,
athletics. You get advantage,
all right.
and you have like 1,000 rerolls still.
Well, I'll probably. Oh, I get advantage because that was a terrible one. Oh, that was also terrible. I get a reroll. That's.
You got a reroll, and you got your last lucky, which you're about to get back anyways, right?
I'll go use my last lucky.
Yeah.
This is. Are you fucking kidding me?
Enigma, you see Greyhide with his foot on the chest of Ott, going yank, 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 yank.
I'm legit.
You still
just
have a
gonna go
reroll.
to bed. It's like, forget it, Enigma. We'll talk to this guy tomorrow. I'll go help you with your wall hanging in your room or whatever you need. So
Wow.
I legit, I'm frustrated and pissed off, and I'm not gonna bother. Like 3 rolls with this thing, I'm not gonna bother with this dwarf. I'm tired and it's been a long
Greyhide, what
day.
were you going to ask him?
Oh, I was hoping to get more information about my sister. He said he had some information, and I want to be able to talk to him and see if I can, if maybe we can get more on that before they come and get him, which I believe
Wait a
is
second,
tomorrow.
Greyhide.
Yes.
What if
Yes.
we ask Captain Lord Fartsalot to bring us the dwarf back when they're finished questioning him, and then we can be the ones to release him and follow him to your sister. We just have to make sure
I
they
thought
don't kill
about
him.
that.
Yeah.
But then he might say no.
Well, yeah, we'll just follow him. We'll just let him go and say we're letting you go, and we'll follow him to the heart of the Zenith or whatever. Yes, Enigma. His name is Lord Fartsalot. I've told you, it's not. That's not what it means. Something else in Drow. All right. It's not.
Yes.
It doesn't.
Oh God.
It
Yes,
doesn't.
it
It means the same. you know.
No, it does not. Fartsalot is a very common name in Medzabaran.
Okay,
And-
you being a
and the
drow,
Baron.
what does it mean then? If it doesn't mean what we think it means, what does it?
I I
means-
kind of want to. I'm tired, and I head out while they, and I just go
This
find
is
a
important.
tree.
You don't want to go. You don't want to miss
have to
this out.
sleep. I can barely hold myself together anymore.
You're gonna go out into the streets
Just-
and find a tree? Is that what you
We have a yard, like a tree in our yard.
said?
There's got to be
Not
another
really.
vacant
Well-
room.
Alpha, you don't want to use a bed? People sleep in beds. I know
You
you're
can
from
bunk
the
with
woods,
Enigma.
but-
She's
I don't.
probably got room, you know.
Oh no, apparently her
I
room
wanna
is going to
come
be
in my
full
bed,
tonight.
babe. You want to
Oh!
come in my bed?
I'll go
Right now.
with the
Let's
beholder
go.
goo. Thank you.
Yes, I'll
I was
I'll
trying
join
to be
Enigma.
gentleman.
Let's talk about this stupid plan of yours tomorrow with the Drow Elf and Fartsalot, and then I'll go follow Enigma up to the room. So I
Well,
go follow
okey-dokey.
Enigma.
So I go up to my room, ignore Greyhide and Enigma and whatever's happening there. Take
You
my
see
last.
Fel'rekt passing
I take-
you by down the stairs as you go up to your room.
Oh, Fel'rekt, I'm impressed that you've got a gun. That's pretty cool. And I take my blanket.
He says, "Do you have a second?"
Yes, just one. And I go to my room. I get my blanket. I go all the way back down the stairs. I throw my last blanket on Maximus in the bloody cellar. I apologize to his prostrate hog-tied form. And then I go back up to the common room, completely exhausted, still picking bits of ichor over myself. Oh, Fel'rekt, hello. Sorry.
He says, "Nah, never mind. You're tired. In the morning."
All right. I mean, I am tired.
Yeah.
Somewhat disappointedly, I go to my room, and I pull out the parchment that I bought from the bottle cells
Schemo.
seller,
Mm-hmm.
and I begin to write a very angry letter to my father, telling him that I'm alive, but I don't think he cares, that the caravan was murdered because he had some stupid note, and to please tell Chet's parents that he died honorably and saved my life, and that I gave him a proper burial at the side of the road, digging a hole with his own shield, which took me several hours, and also that Jarl Axel is planning to invade Menza Baron, whatever the Underdark is called.
Nice.
And
You write that out.
I write it out. And I put it in an envelope, and I put the envelope in... I don't really have a desk, so I put it in my backpack, and I go to bed.
I have a
Alrighty.
question.
Mm-hmm.
If I end up spending the night in... If Greyhide ends up spending the night in Enigma's room, does that count as a long rest? Or do I lose my long rest?
Depends how many pictures you're hanging. No, it would still be a long rest.
Good. Well, it would be rejuvenating. We won't discuss any further because paladins are gentlemen, right? They don't discuss, nobody's privy to what happens in the night of a paladin. It's like, it's definitely going to be awesome, whatever it is, but he's not going to talk about it at all.
Nice.
Well, that's
That'll
great.
avoid an awkward conversation. Then, with that, where does Fig go? Do you want to just head outside? You could probably find a tree somewhere between a house somewhere, if you want. Or something like that. Something.
Yeah, I think
you could go a block down, and there'd be like a park or something like that. If you wanted something like that.
I need to be alone and outdoors right now. Took a hit.
Okay.
So.
Headlong into pleasure.
At some point in the evening, reverberating through Troll Skull Manor, you hear the words, "Headlong into pleasure!" People think nothing of it. They think nothing of it.
Fitz wakes up and just a single tear rolls down his cheek.
Nice. Oh, man. All right, so during the night,
oh no!
I'm sorry. Did you go to like a park, or did you actually just stay at Troll Skull somewhere?
No, I went to like where I could find like a nearest biggest tree, and I'm kind of looking to be a bit more myself. So I also shift into Fig before I go to
shift
and
into
I
Fig.
Pull my hood up, and I curl up on a tree and I go to sleep.
That's adorable. Little
As you
Fig
sleep,
curling up under a tree.
You have some familiar images that you've had before. The pain, the red wizard leaning over, looking highly interested, stabbing. You see the image of the raven in the room, close up, a tear going down from its eye.
Oh.
You realize it's in bars. You eventually
feel this is a dream or real?
It feels like a dream. The red wizard comes over again with a prod that's red hot at the end. Comes over and says,
"You will shift it away again.
shift away the wound as he leans forward, and you wake up from it. Another nightmare. You look up. You see the outline of the raven in the tree that you're leaning on.
He's there?
Looking down, looking up.
But I haven't had my whole sleep yet.
Nope, no spells if you used
So
them.
I can't speak to him. I reach into my pack and I sort of see if he'll interact. Just a little crumb that I have.
Okay.
And see if he'll come for it.
It looks down at it, turns its head a little, flies down, grabs it, stands next to you, just
Kind of go to see if I can kind of pet him.
roll an animal handling.
Since I can't talk to him right now. 20.
It looks a little cautious, but eventually kind of leans into it a bit.
I just say, I'm sorry if he hurt you. He hurt me too.
It says,
And I just kind of look around, perception check, just to make sure nobody's watching or
roll it.
nothing weird.
Somehow you disappeared completely.
I mean,
You look around, you
perception
don't
checks.
see any. You don't see anybody.
Okay.
It looks to be in the middle of the night sometime.
I
Maybe
try to
2.
see if he understands me, even though I'm not speaking Raven right now. But
Okay.
so are you looking out for me?
It just says. Roll at animal handling again. And with a 10, you're not sure. It didn't like outright,
Right.
interact with you like you'd expect it to if it was communicating.
Okay. I just pull my hood back on and I try to go back to sleep.
Alrighty. The next morning, Fitz, you're woken up. At your door, a slight knock.
I stumble to my door and I crack it open and peek out a little.
It's Fel'rekt. He says, "You got a second now? Before the light comes out?"
Yes, of course, Fel'rekt, for you. Anything. What's happening? You alright?
Follow me. And he
Sure.
takes you down outside of the tavern, and he says, "We're gonna go a little ways. You okay with that?"
Yes, sure. You're not here to kill me, are you? Because that wouldn't be
No.
great.
He goes down the way a bit. He goes one block after another block after another block. It goes for a while, a good 20 minutes. You realize it's getting kind of near the center of the city from where you are.
So, downtown, eh? Is this, what's happening?
He looks to the right of him, and he says, here. And he suddenly turns into an alley between two multi-tenant 3-story buildings.
Okay.
The alley goes further. The alley continues on further, but he goes a ways, and then and he says, "Come here, take my hand."
I take his hand. I'm very confused.
He starts to lift up into the air, levitate, as you assumed he did before. I think you saw him do it once before.
Yes,
And he slowly pulls you up with him onto the roof.
Oh, hello! I'm floating. This is strange.
You're above 3 stories up, and he says, "Usually I get a running start. Can you here? I'll swing you to get over onto the roof." And he swings you over onto the roof, and he says, "Okay, I can't move. Pull me."
Oh, that's
I'm kind of stuck in the air.
I reach out and can I reach him? I grab him
you
and
can reach him, and he pulls. You don't have to do your Eldritch Blast. You pull him over onto the building. He takes you along the sloped roof on the opposite side of the street, so on the opposite side of the roof, so you can't be seen from the street. Somehow finding different connections between buildings. As the north ward turns into the castle ward, you realize he's finding higher and higher ground. Eventually comes to a flat roof, but instead of the normal clay tile, it has a stone structure with like slight walls on the top of this roof. On one side, you can see the ocean in the distance. On another, you can see the market, and you know it would be busy if it were daytime.
Wow.
And you turn over to the other side, another side, and you see the sprawling green and stone of the cemetery, the city of the dead.
Wow.
You start seeing the sun rise over the ocean. I had to think which way was east. You start seeing the sun rise over the ocean.
That's beautiful. Fel'rekt, do you come here often?
Yeah, this is my place.
Huh. Wow. Does Jalaxel know about this?
I know a few places he doesn't know about. This is one.
Wow. How did you when you do the lifting thing into the air, how do you do that? Did you just
You can't? It's natural to us.
Natural to who? Sorry?
To us,
to what?
the drow.
What, you can all do this?
Yeah.
My father
Probably have
never...
it in you.
You think so?
Probably. You can do more than that.
Like, wow, okay, like what? What?
And he starts explaining it. He started explaining the natural magic of the drow. He gets you to do certain motions and slowly ekes it out of you. You can kind of see, you're able to lift a little thing after a while, and eventually you're able to lift your entire body. He shows you some other stuff that are natural to you. He shows you. He tries to get you to focus on his bullet that he has in the gun, or not the bullet, the bag of powder, and he works with you until you start seeing it. If you look at it a certain way, it starts to glow a slight green, and and he teaches you how you can focus on it more and more, and it actually, you can say, he tells you, that means it's evocation magic, and you can tell the type of magic on it. Wow. And he shows you one last one, where after a while he shows you how you can do certain things, pull out your natural ability as a drow, things you could already do, but do it in a little bit of a different way, and you're able to remove the green from it, remove the magic from the powder.
Wow. You know, Fel'rekt, my father never showed me any of this. He was sort of ashamed of being drow, and this is really nice. This is really cool. Thank you.
Being a drow isn't to be ashamed of.
No, are you sure? Because it seems like not a lot of people like us very much.
Oh. Being a woman, on the other hand, that should be ashamed of. That's why it's okay what Jarlaxle's doing.
You know, sorry, and what is he doing with women exactly?
Oh, he's gonna take out the matriarchy. Didn't you hear farts a lot say it?
Right, yes. No, you're right. You know, Fel'rekt, I have to tell you, I'm a big fan of women. I think they're fantastic.
Thank you, Murloc, for the 2 gifted subs to the channel. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and
Oh, whoa, awesome.
Yeah.
Just want to say, we got a lot of activity today. Just thanks to all of our fans. That's been amazing.
Thanks to everybody.
Yeah, we've had subs. We've had people, buying shots and all sorts of.
Yes.
Had people writing lines for Fitz.
Right. That is particularly great.
For crits and giggles.
Yeah.
I can't.
And thanks for Super Geeked Up for all of you tuned in.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
He's here.
Francis.
It's
Francis,
from
hello.
Super Geeked Up. Go check out our episode.
All of the meat
Oh,
on
somebody
meat on
also.
meat action.
I'm supposed to yell headlong into danger because Dixon
Again?
Orbis also. Yes, again. Yeah, that's
Again?
the reason I missed that one. Headlong into danger!
He
Sort of.
yells
I
this
think
in
he's
his
fast
sleep.
asleep right now. He just sort of said that while he was mid snoring.
You had a dream and you just didn't say it all of a sudden.
Oh yeah, Francis has
And
a time
Enigma
difference
wakes
with
up and looks over at you and goes, ugh.
Does Enigma do that? I don't know.
I feel like Enigma is so. Actually, Enigma's in her closet right now working on a shrine. I don't know what type of shrine, but she might have a. We'll get to that. She's doing
Very
something
intriguing.
in the closet right now.
Oh,
She's
nice.
burning incense. She's praising to some type of god, saying, I am loved. I am loved by Greyhide. It's happening.
Wow. Wow.
It's weird. Whatever's
Yes.
happening in your closet, it's weird.
That sounds very
Obsessive.
weird.
I have a question. Does Greyhide wake up with all his hit points?
Yes. And I lose all of the bonus ones.
That wasn't a question to Greyhide.
Oh, that's a question to Enigma.
Where's that?
Thank you, Francis. That's a good idea. Oh, man.
Wait. I don't.
Do you do a little bite on him?
Do you give him a nice hickey?
I did. A little one. One that won't turn him into a vampire, hopefully.
I think you
Greyhide,
should-
you have 3 less hit points from your maximum.
Oh.
Nice.
Well,
What
Greyhide
time
chalks
is-
that up to a very
All
busy
time.
day the night before, and he doesn't really think much of it, so he's just
doesn't notice.
um,
Oh.
lastly, Fel'rekt puts on the ring that he had, turns into a human female, and says, "Would you prefer me like this?"
Wow. Sort
When I'm
of?
around you, I actually kind of like being like this, but when I'm with Jarlaxle, I can't be like this. And I know it's wrong.
Which one is wrong? Sorry?
Being like this, he has the ring on.
Do you know, I don't think it's wrong. Fel'rekt, I think you are beautiful, and I think you should be the way you are.
You didn't grow up in the Underdark.
What's happening here?
No, I did not grow up in the Underdark. I grew up in a human noble family that just, used me as a chess piece or saw me as a disappointment. But no Underdark. My father told me stories, and
Sounds
he
like baggage.
well, he was very influenced by the matriarchy. So I'm not fond of it. But I'm not fond of Jarlaxle either, because the only friend I had ever had, up to about a couple months ago, died in my arms because of him. So I don't disagree with him, but I hate him.
Well, Jarlaxle's doing the right thing. Sometimes he has to do what he does, even though it's not pretty. And he takes off the ring, goes back to his male form, puts it in his pocket, and says, "I'm gonna get out of here. You know where this is now."
Can I just come here when you're not here?
I can't stop you.
Wow. I mean, thank you, Fel'rekt, for all of this.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay. And I guess I watch Fel'rekt leave, and then I
He leaves.
levitate myself down and head on home. Quite surprised.
Cool.
Quite surprised.
You do find out from that experience that levitate can also be dangerous. If you were to levitate yourself up in the air with nowhere to actually grab hold of, you'd You can't move left and right or anything like that. You can only go up and down. But you can also do it to other people.
And rocks. And very, very small things.
Like
Other
cats.
things.
Uh,
Wow.
So anywho, Alpha, you wake up, no problems. Greyhide, you wake up to some clattering of some sort. You look over and you see Enigma doing something in the closet.
Let him love me. He loves me.
Is that you?
He can only think of me. Only me. No one else.
Enigma, are you talking to someone in there? I'll just go over
sorry.
and knock on.
I'm changing. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, sorry about that. Well, I'll go head over to my room. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll just politely.
Bye. Get out of here.
I am. I just have to. I got my shield. It's under the bed. It's kind of
Can
wedged
you
under.
leave? Get out of here.
And my armor's under there. Okay, I'll leave it for now, and I'll leave. I leave my shield and my armor and everything, and I go in my little paladin boxer shorts and scamper off into the hallway.
Okay.
That was kind of
It
intense.
calls for tavern music. Oh.
Wow.
Eventually, all of you will, unless you don't want to, you'll congregate into one of the main rooms or in the tavern.
Alpha has other little plans following her dream.
Okay. In the morning, most of you are awoken since you had to stay up a little late. Most of you are awoken to contractors already coming in. Angelo's connections are always ready to be used, and they're patching up.
What a man!
What a man!
Yes, you missed a spot over there. Yes, don't be chintzy on the spackle. I want to get a lot of spackle on that piece over there. Yes. Oh. And don't be chintzy on the cock either. I want all of the walls very well cocked. Use as much cock as you can. Spackle and cock. That's what it's all about.
Meat on meat.
Wall on wall.
Yeah.
Also, that really is a power play, this Enigma thing. Wow. Am I back in time to hear Greyhide clamber out of
I wasn't doing
Enigma's
anything
room?
weird in the closet. Like, I don't know what you guys are doing. Like, I was not doing anything weird. And the photos that you see of Greyhide, he put them there. So fuck off.
Okay. So,
Yes. There's no photos, whatever that is, of Greyhide anywhere. So, yeah, it's just it's nothing. It's I've got my armor back and my shield back, and let's just we'll have let's have a nice. Do you have time to serve us breakfast, Angelo, with all of the managing the contractors?
Yes, of course. I'm still a chef. I can do it all. Just give me a few minutes. I'll go make some breakfast sandwiches. Ah.
He's a little on edge, Angelo. He's got a lot on his mind, so. But I do want breakfast.
Just to put that out there, Mark and JCK will eventually go to Super Geeked Up. It might not be next week, but they're gonna get with you guys to go through your schedule and.
Oh, amazing! Fantastic! Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome
So
show.
am I.
It was
and
actually
Angelo.
Really fun.
No, I don't know if Angelo's going to be there.
He has to be there.
It's a good idea.
We sort of promised him.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
see, Angelo is
Just check with Angelo, but since it's Alpha saying that, I think he'll follow your lead.
I'll talk
Speaking
to
of
him.
Alpha, the thing that Alpha wants to do is going to take more than 10 minutes. You think? I'm only asking
Probably.
because it's.
Yeah, it could be followed up, but I think after her dreams, she has she wants to seek some help at the Enclave, maybe some answers.
Okay.
So it might take her more than 10 minutes to head there.
You actually do wake up in the tree. The bird is still there. The raven's still in the tree.
Oh, your spells have reset.
Okay, so if he's there and I wake up, then I'll cast Speak to Animals.
All right, you cast the spell. It's not saying anything. It's just watching
Can
you cast
you-
something.
Can you understand me now?
Yes, I can. Weird.
Hi.
Wow.
Well, I think we've met before. I'm Fig. I had a really bad dream, and you were in it, but I don't think it was a dream.
Oh. Yes, we've been together a while.
Yeah.
Been a little while.
I feel like I don't remember everything. Have you been following me? Why are you here?
I don't remember.
Oh. I don't remember either.
Brain.
Yeah. I think I might have some friends who can help us if you're willing to come with me.
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion. Oh boy. 8? How much persuasion do you need to persuade a bird?
He seems sort of interested, but probably doesn't trust humans at all. Or not just humans, but any humanoid at all.
I understand. I don't really either, but I'm a little bit out of options, so maybe I'll get some answers for us. Do you remember any wizard?
Tricky Bastard gave you a reroll.
Oh. Tricky bastard. Thank you.
Tricky Bastard is Dix Enormous's creation.
Where are my persuasion rerolls? There we go. 11. A little bit. Anyway, if you want to consider, you could just follow me from a safe distance. But it's up to you.
Okay, I'll follow from safe distance.
Okay. I think we need some answers.
Okay.
Okay. So
You notice when you talk to animals, they really do have the intelligence of the animal still.
the animal, yeah.
So it's very rudimentary. It's like if you were to ask an animal what it was doing
Yeah.
a year ago, it'd probably be
It wouldn't know.
right.
Yeah. One thing, Red Man hurt you? Maybe easier?
You see, it's when you say red man, you kind of see its feathers kind of lift slightly up
I
in
know.
annoyance, and it kind of head goes up. It seems a little confused at the same time.
Me too.
Mean,
Very mean.
caged.
Me too. Okay. So I start to head towards where I remember the enclave being.
Alrighty, you can remember where it is, and we'll
Yeah.
pick up that next week on the roll.
Oof.
So thank you everybody for watching. Does anyone have any parting wisdom?
Wisdom.
Just meat on meat. Be careful.
We
What
continue.
you eat.
Meat on meat. On
I need a meat on meat sound effect.
Yes.
No.
Great Knight feels lucky today, so I think he wants to keep it rolling and maybe play some cards next week.
Oh,
I
God,
don't know, I'm
no.
feeling
This
In
is
the
for
end,
Grey Hide.
like nothing can stop me.
We'd
Just
like
for Grey
to.
Hide.
Thanks for everybody who participated in our giveaway. Thanks for everybody who fed
Yes.
Fitz some lines, Enigma some shots, Grey Hide
We
some
have great
rolls.
fans. Thank you to
I
everybody.
appreciate everybody
was-
who said Enigma shot. She very much appreciates it.
I think all your potions pretty much
That's done.
kept Fig alive. Could have been the end of Fig. We would have
Right.
had to introduce Beta. Not sure we would have liked that.
By the way, if
Had
that
fun.
disintegration ray had done more than your hit points, you would have disintegrated. Gone.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So thank
That's-
you for those potions. For
tuning in and those channel points.
Oh, we
The
got something.
subs for
All the
Merla.
hilarious comments. Also, yes, from now on, beholders are testicle brain monsters. That's
I just want
to
to say, Screaming Dragon, thanks for following.
Oh, from
Long Snoot. Garden Dan
deep
Long
duck.
Snoot. Thanks for following.
Thank you all.
Also, Mayonnaise 566, thanks for following.
Mayonnaise.
mayonnaise.
Appreciate it.
I don't know why we
And
need
also
feel the need to
Abysmal
say it that
Node.
way, but mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
I true enjoy mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Richie, we need to be careful how we say mayonnaise. It goes well with meat.
Mayonnaise
On
meat?
On
On
meat.
meat.
Mayonnaise on meat.
On meat.
I'm gonna roll the outro. Bye.